It's 6:30. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. This is your host, LaShawn Rush, welcoming you to another episode of T-Shirts and Tea. Guys, I would like to welcome you to Season 2, Episode 6 of T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. And by the way, happy Black History Month. This is Black History Month on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays and all around the world. And this is Fashion Fusion Month for BIMP Corporation. And guys, we are in the third week of our holiday month, okay? And this week is men's edition. Y'all heard that right, ladies? Men's edition, okay? I just want y'all to understand because the men have a platform to come and flex their muscles on. And that's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. So guys, listen, again, happy Black History Month and happy Fashion Fusion Month. So for all you all that are tuning in, please make sure to like, follow, and share tonight's show with your friends and family, and give some to your news feed on your Facebook Live, on your Facebook page, guys. And also, if you would share this on your Instagram page, if you have time. And don't forget to hit us up in the comment section because we do want to hear from you. Guys, we have a great panel in store for you guys. I love doing the panels because it gives us an opportunity to have some diversity. And listen, my team and I, we could not leave out the men in the fashion industry, because there have been so many men who have been influential, whether they're fashion consultants, whether they are fashion designers, whether they are image consultants, whether they are makeup artists or hairstylists. It doesn't matter. Like, we impact and influence the fashion industry in so many different ways, in so many different facets. And so tonight we have a great lineup in store for you. I can't wait for these guys to hit the platform. They are so suave and they are men. So yes. And I want everybody to know, guys, T-Shirts and Tea is not just for women. This is not a platform just for women. This is a platform for Black men, Black women, Black teens, whomever have businesses. This is the platform for you. Okay. So as I said before, in my announcements, I have a special surprise for you guys. In the meantime, in between time, don't forget to get your teacups. Make sure that they are ready because it's time to sip some tea. Hold on to your seatbelts, guys, and here we go.
Hello, my beautiful Black people, and hello, my beautiful Black people, and hello, family. It's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays time, y'all, and we've got some breaking news for you. It is Black History Month, y'all. That's right. And this year for Black History Month, we are honoring the Black designers who shaped the fashion industry. Y'all know we're talking about Patrick Kelly, J. Jason Jackson, Zelda Wynn Valdez, and Miss Ann Lowe. And guys, we are not going to leave out some of the other Black designers who helped to shape fashion history, like Willie Smith, Stephen Burrows, Dapper Dan, Andre Walker, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and yes, guys, our very own celebrity expert guest of the month of fashion fusion for BIMP Corporation, Marie Claudinette Jean. Claudinette is the CEO and Black business owner of Fuchsia Designs. She is also the wife of Wyclef Jean and the mother of Angelina Jean. So you guys want to make sure that you have your teacups ready, guys, because it's time to sip on some piping hot tea. That's right, guys. Y'all want to make sure that you are tuned in on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Now, with all of that being said, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. Coming up on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays, this Tuesday, February 16th, 2021, for Fashion Fusion Month, we have a special release to share with you for Zion Rowland, Black business owner of Nine Kingsman Clothing Company. Zion also has an upcoming interview on BIMP on the Spot with Brittany Lawrence this coming Thursday, February 18th, 2021. Okay, so y'all already know that T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays brings the tea on Black businesses. So y'all make sure that you tune in to T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays for some good old-fashioned tea spillerization with Weblin Graves during our new segment, What's the Tea? So get your teacups ready and buckle your seatbelts because this good old-fashioned tea is going to be piping hot, baby. And if that's not enough for you, we have another awesome panel lined up for y'all. And it's men's edition only, ladies. That's right, we have a men's only panel. First up, we have Black business owner Travis J. Winters. Travis is the Black business owner of Unique Fashion and Image Consulting, Inc. Based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as a Black business owner, Travis Winters offers fashion consulting, image consulting, styling influencer, personal shopping, and personal assistance. Okay, y'all, next up on the panel is fashion designer and Black business owner Datron Caldwell of the Datron Demure Collection, based out of San Francisco and Oakland, is one of the Bay Area's original luxury fashion and accessory brands. And last, but absolutely and certainly not least, is celebrity shoe designer and fashion designer Gary Booker, aka G Booker, Black business owner of Josephine Valerie, New York. G Booker does not just design shoes, he creates works of art for your feet. And many celebrities such as Lil' Kim has graced many sets wearing his works of art. So not only does G Booker create works of art for your feet, he also is creating fashion designs too. So as you guys can see, BIMP Corporation's T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays is lit. Yeah, that's right. So make sure you're tuned in on Tuesday evening, February 16th, 2021.
All right, so you guys heard that clear, okay? I just want to make it known and set the record straight that yes, we do have an all men's panel on here tonight. And as you heard from our announcements, that tonight we're going to be revealing the young fashion designer Zion Rowland's new line. When he was here on T-Shirt and Tea Tuesdays, he said that he was going to be debuting his Queens line. So guys, we are going to give you the tea on that. And then of course we have our new segment, What's the Tea with Weblin Graves. She got a treat for y'all tonight. And then guys, we're also going to be paying homage and celebrating Black History Month on this page. We're paying homage to all of the fashion designers who paved the way for these fashion designers that we have presented to you this month on T-Shirts and Tea Tuesdays. Guys, we have our Fashion Fusion Men's Edition. We have Black business owners and entrepreneurs, Travis J. Winters, Datron Caldwell, and G Booker, guys. So y'all do not want to miss it. Make sure that you hit us up in the comment sections with your questions. If you know someone who is in the fashion industry trying to pave their way, this is where they need to be tonight. Okay, this is where they need to be tonight. So y'all make sure that they get the link, share it with them, because they're going to be dishing out some real good tea about the industry. Okay. Now it's time to get on with the nitty gritty. Okay. The nitty gritty of it all. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Black business owner and his new release and update, Zion Rowland, Black business owner of Nine Kingsmen Clothing Company. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and share with you a video, and I want you guys to stay tuned. Okay, here we go. Let's see it. Okay, so I know you guys saw that this is his new line. He has Nine Kings. It's called Nine Kingsmen Clothing Company, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see a lot of what he's doing on his site. But he already had the Nine, the Kings, and the forget the other one. I'm going to share it with you right now. Hold on one second, guys. Let me share my screen with you. Here we go. Yes, Nine Kingsmen Clothing. This is the Nine. He has the Kings edition. Y'all see that? The crown. That's what it is, the crown. And then, guys, he has the Queens edition, which he added on February 14th, the Day of Love, for all of the queens like you and I, all of the females and all of those who consider themselves queens. This is it right here. So I wanted to go ahead and showcase his website. He is at www.9kingsclothingcompany or www.9kingsmenclothing.com. Okay, so here are his pieces. As you guys can see here, he has so many different colors, variations, pullover hoodies, sweatshirts. This right here is pretty nice too. See the gold Divine 9 long sleeve t-shirt, and he has them in different colors. So there's a navy blue, there's black, there's red, there's like a, I guess that would be like a burgundy, and then there's a red here. Let's go back. And then, like I said, he has a pullover sweater. So guys, make sure that you all are going out and supporting our young Black entrepreneurs, fashion industry or otherwise. Make sure that you guys are supporting. Now, the way that you can patronize Zion is to follow his business on Instagram at Nine Kingsmen Clothing, or visiting his website, www.9kingsmenclothing.com. Make sure that you guys are hitting him up. With that being said, I did want to share something. Am I looking into or going around and just looking at different companies that are offering different clothing? What I've noticed is that the Chinese companies are real slick, y'all. They are really slick. They make sure that they get our models and that they put our models on their website. But then when you go to actually find out more about the website, there's nothing there that talks about the owner. That is how you know you are buying clothes from a Chinese company. Now, I don't have anything against the Chinese people because they're doing what they got to do. But for us, our goal is to close the Black wealth gap. And the way that we're going to do that is to make sure that we are patronizing Black people, Black businesses. And this is one of the reasons that we want to show recognition to our fashion industry legends. not just legends, but those who have been in the industry for many years and are doing their thing in this business. Okay, so we are bringing these individuals, some of them, on our platform so that you guys can see that there are other alternatives. Let's not. I know that shopping through the Chinese companies, yes, they is cheap. It's not that much money, but at the end of the day, what we're doing is we're paying to send their children to college debt free. We are paying for them to ride around in the Mercedes and the Maseratis, and their children to also drive around in those type of cars. Listen, we need to bring that money back to our communities, back to our neighborhoods, back to our businesses. And so all I ask is that when you guys are going and you're patronizing these websites, that you kind of look at the about page and see, like, who are you buying from and how are they giving back to our communities? That's what we want to know. We don't want to be spending money on their businesses because something's cheap and we're not seeing none of that money coming back to our children or to our communities. This is what this platform is all about. Closing the Black wealth gap and encouraging Black people to buy from Black people and to start your own business. Like this is how we're going to climb out of this hole, guys. There's no magic pill, no blue pill, no red pill. This is reality. Okay. And so with that being said, it's time to go ahead and get the what's the tea. Okay, it's time to get what's the tea with Wevlin Graves. So guys, welcome. Won't you guys join me and welcome me to our platform again for the new segment of What's the Tea, Ms. Wevlin Graves. Good evening, Wevlin. Hello.
Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Today, I have a different mug.
Okay.
I love you s'more. I love all of my Black people, white people, Asian people, but especially our Black people. And one thing I do want you guys to know, last week's segment, I talked about the history of fashion and where it came from. So today we're going to bring it home just a little bit more. We're going to bring it down to Miss Ann Lowe. Let me give you some information about Ann Lowe. And if you didn't know about Miss Ann Lowe is actually the very first African-American to be a noted fashion designer. I am so happy. When I started doing my research on Miss Ann Lowe, boy, when I tell you, I was like, yeah, she doing her thing. Yeah. So Miss Ann Lowe was born December 14th, 1898 in Clayton, Alabama. Now, she was born to her mother, Miss Janie, and she was raised by Miss Janie and her grandmother, Miss Georgia, and both of them were actually seamstress for real high society, the first families of Alabama. They even got enough money to where they could actually send her to design school at St. Taylor Design School. So I mean, she really had a life of greatness for the most part, just because she had her mother and her grandmother actually paved the way for her. But she began to really love to see her designs actually come to life and people be really happy about it. But the crazy thing is even though we go through life and we have these experiences, we don't really get the recognition that we want to get or that we should get for the designs that we have. So Miss Ann Lowe didn't even get recognition until after she died for the things that she had done. And what gave her the spotlight, even in that, is her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design of Miss Jacqueline Bonnevere, who is also Miss Jackie Kennedy, wife of the former president, John F. Kennedy. She made this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gown for her, which is now placed in a museum for everyone to actually see. And they actually give homage to Miss Ann Lowe. Miss Ann Lowe, even in her lifetime, child, she got married twice. Both of them failed. Her first husband wanted her not to even design anything else. He said he just wanted a wife. Miss Jackie said, "Oh no." Miss Ann said, "Oh no, 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 no. Designing is my passion." So then she got married the second time, and she said, "He divorced me." These are her words. "He divorced me because he didn't want a wife that was jumping out of his bed in the middle of the night to draw a sketch on a piece of paper." So she actually got a job down in Florida to design something, to design a dress for a lady, and she left him too. So with all of that being said, she even had time to have 2 kids, and she ended up moving to New York. Her fashion design just went all over the world. She was able to not only do the wedding dress for Miss Jackie O or Miss Jacqueline Kennedy, she was able to do it for all of the high society matrons in New York, in Alabama, in Florida, all over the world. And she didn't get the notarization that she needed until after she died. So, Miss Ann Lowe, we pay homage to you, our Black queen, for paving the way for all the men and women that are coming behind you, who have researched you, who are looking to go even in higher heights than you have. But we have to pay homage to all those who came before us, because for you know, there wouldn't be all the designers that we have in our today's society. Black people, let's give Miss Ann Lowe a round of applause.
Yes.
Queen.
Yes, pay homage to the queen, honey. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Wevelin, for that tea. I did not realize that that she was designing so many people's dresses, like the first ladies and things like that, until I actually started looking into it. I'm like, wow. And I didn't even know the stuff that you brought forth about her husbands and all of that stuff. That's really good. That's good. That's good tea right there. That is some good tea. Thank you so much.
I think we have to look at that. Sometimes everybody that might come into our lives aren't good for our lives.
That's right. Word of the day. Check it. That's some tea right there. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much, Wevelin. All right, guys. So you heard the tea on Miss Ann Lowe. Listen, I think that this is just, I'm learning so much about the fashion industry and learning, the people who helped to pave the way, like she said, like Miss Ann Lowe and so many others. And here tonight, we have some individuals that are paving the way in their own rights and creating different markets and facets of industry, are marking their own territory in the fashion industry right here on our platform tonight. So I hope y'all ready. Are y'all ready? I hope you guys are ready. We'll be right back with you in one moment. So get your teacups ready, guys, because it's going down. All right, guys. Now I hope y'all y'all like that little intro that we have going on right there? Because I know y'all are really excited and anxious to get to our guest of the evening. I know I'm excited. I've been excited all week long, okay? So first, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And at this point in time, I'm asking you all to please like and share our page with your and post this to your news feed so that people can also see this. It's time to get down, y'all. It's time to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, so first up on the platform tonight, is our very own Black business owner, Travis J. Winters. Travis is the Black business owner of Unique Fashion and Image Consulting. He is a consultant and a stylist, okay? Y'all don't get it twisted. And he is sharp. Let me go ahead and show y'all this picture right here. Let y'all get this. Get this, honey. Get this. This is Travis. Yes. Y'all see him? And you know what? His fashion and his savvy kind of reminds me a lot of the era of Harlem, when Harlem was like white hot, and you know, the guys that in their sleek suits and just that debonair approach. So guys, please join me and welcome me to the platform, Mr. Travis Winters. Hello.
Hey, LaShawn, good evening. How are you?
And how are you tonight?
Doing fine. Thank you so much for that beautiful intro. That's greatly appreciated.
No problem. And Travis, can you do us a really big favor and give the people a little information about you?
Okay. I'll start off by saying again, my name is Travis J. Winters. I am a native born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am the owner and founder of Unique Fashion and Image Consulting. I've always had a passion for fashion. Growing up as a teenager in middle school and high school, I was the kid that unfortunately didn't dress like the other kids and classmates that I had who were wearing jeans and maybe some sneakers. For me, I was wearing designer jeans if my parents could afford it. I was wearing dress shirts. I was wearing jackets and ties. Being as though I grew up in a church, you know, I was always dressed in a suit on Sundays and on the weekends. So when I look back over my life, I realized that the style that I have to give credit to my parents, both my mother and my father. When I look at their pictures in their photo albums and I look at their siblings and their families, you know, in their era, they were always dressed in a suit, shirt, and tie. For the women, they were dressed in dresses or skirts. Never saw them wear jeans. I never saw them wear sneakers. So I believe I inherited their style and their finesse in clothing and in fashion. And so for me, I just decided to make it a business of mine.
Wow, I love it. And it's so funny that you said that you never wore like jeans and stuff like that. When I met my husband, he did not wear jeans, sneakers, nothing. He was always very clean cut, you know, slacks, a nice dress shirt. You know, that was his style. He was just like, you know, debonair. So he stood out of from the crowd because that was his style for me, and I love it. That's really good information. I like that.
And it's very important today because a lot of our young people and even some of our older gentlemen do not know how to tie a tie, how to tie a bow tie. They don't own a suit, not even just a basic black suit or a basic gray suit, maybe for a job interview or maybe to work or to a wedding or to a funeral. So we need to get back into dressing again and knowing how to dress and when to dress appropriately, depending on the occasion or the event.
Exactly. I absolutely love it. I love it.
Thank
Gosh, I cannot wait to get into this. Okay, so guys, next up on our panel is Mr. Datron Demure Caldwell. Okay, so let's check him out. This is him. Y'all see him? Another debonair, sleek. Yes. Okay, can you guys join me in welcoming Datron to the platform? Hello, Datron. How are you this evening? Let me see. Hold on. I can't hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
I am doing very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on this platform, LaShawn. I really appreciate it. I have enjoyed what I have seen so far. I just love it.
Thank you. And Datrin, can you give the people a little bit of information about yourself, what you do as well?
I am originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi. I'm a Southern boy. I'm a down south kind of fella. So, and I've been residing in the state of California now for over 12 years, out of Oakland, California to be exact. And what I do is I am in the business of making people look their best. That is what I do. That is what I am proud to do. That is what I love to do. I design, I build, I construct clothing to make people look their absolute best for whatever it is they have going on in life. Looking your best through our fashions, through our accessories, through our leather goods. These are all things that come together that make the trappings of you, the person, look their best. But as I appeal to your style, I also appeal to your confidence, because you cannot have what you need as far as confidence if you are not looking your best. You have to look your best in order to feel your best.
Exactly.
So for every suit that I tailor, for every suit or dress that I create, for every pair of shoes that I design, every bag I design, we think about the confidence of that person, how they're going to feel when they're walking the streets of New York, how they're going to feel when they're walking the streets of Philadelphia, how they're going to feel when they're walking the streets of Los Angeles. We want people to treat the world as if it's their runway. And we want people to get back into the mind frame of it's okay to wear a suit for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Right.
We want you to get into the mind frame of wearing a dress for absolutely no reason whatsoever other than to look your very best.
Yes. And we all know that, just like you guys said before, we look how we feel. You know what I'm saying? What we put on can change our whole attitude. If we know that we're looking good, we could be down in the dumps today. But if we go out knowing that we're looking our best, it changes our whole attitude about ourselves. You get a sense of pride. So yes. And guys, I want you guys to know that Datrin is the Black business owner of the Datrin Demure collection. Yes, so you guys need to make sure that you check these gentlemen out tonight. Okay, so next up on the platform is our Black business owner. His name is Gary Booker, but he's AKA G Booker, and he's the bomb. Okay, so these guys are just awesome. Listen, the gentleman that I'm bringing on the platform tonight, y'all just get your notebook pads out and some pens and just get to work. Okay, let's take these notes because they're dropping some gems tonight. Okay, so Gary G Booker is the Black business owner of Josephine Valerie New York, and he designs shoes. He actually designed several pairs of shoes that celebrities have worn. One, as I stated before in my announcement or my commercial, was Little Kim, and he's also now designing clothing, apparel. So you guys, please join me in welcoming to the platform, Mr. G Booker. Hello.
How's it going? Hello, LaShawn. Thank you for having me.
No problem. And G Booker, can you give us the tea on Valerie, the Josephine Valerie collection, or New York?
All right. So Josephine Valerie is actually my great grandmother's name. I had, after college playing basketball, I got hurt. A friend of mine was working in the footwear industry. He asked me if I wanted a job. I thought we were going to be working in a store. Fast forward through, that's how I learned the business, and I decided to, strike out and go on my own. And I needed a brand name, and better name than my great grandmother's name, Josephine Valerie. She was my grandmother is actually the firstborn of her 16 kids. So every shoe has a name of a woman in my family. So when I sit down and that's the thing most people don't know. So the Josephine is the shoe with the feathers. The Ebony is my cousin. The Vandella is my aunt. The Yvette is my cousin. So the Latasha is my cousin. Each shoe that I design is designed with their image and their likeness in mind. So this is like the shoe, because it's their style. My interpretation.
Whoa, that's some good tea. That is some good tea. I had no idea that that is how you set your brand up. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's how it's
Interesting.
named after all of the women in the family.
Wow. Okay, guys. Okay. I got you. And like, listen, I really thank you all three of you gentlemen for coming and just setting up with me on this platform. I cannot wait to get into some questions for you.
Sure.
Can you guys tell me? Now I have one question, and this is for anybody. Why did you choose fashion designing as a career or fashion styling? Being a fashion stylist, designer, why did you choose that as a career?
Okay, LaShawn, if I can go first, if the fellas don't mind.
Okay.
I
Go
actually,
right ahead.
I actually started as a hobby. When people would recognize me, whether was out in the street, whether I was in church, or I was out at a gathering or a function, people would
Mm-hmm.
compliment me on the way that I dressed or my style. And so what they would do eventually is ask me, how did you put that together? What were you thinking when you thought about putting that shirt with those pants, and the different patterns and styles and so forth. So I
Mm-hmm.
initially just started giving advice, to people who needed, assistance as far as how to dress, what to wear, and for what occasions. And
Right.
I did it as a hobby, like I said, and it was fun. It was natural for me. So I didn't think anything of it because I love what I was doing. And it was just a passion of mine for me. But then over
Mm-hmm.
the years, I realized that I was starting to receive more and more comments, more and more questions, and asking for fashion advice, and people asking me to help dress them and style them. Something
Right.
inside of me said, you know what, you need to make this a business
Mm.
because you have the knowledge and you have the skills and you also have the experience of how to
Right.
dress and also how to dress other people, and they are
Right.
pleased in the way that I'm able to put the outfits and the garments together. So I realized like I can actually make this a business. And so once I realized that, I need to get paid my worth and not allow people to try to take advantage of my time and my skills or my talent for free.
Right.
So
Right.
I decided that over like 12 years ago, it was time to officially make it an actual business for myself.
Man, that is so encouraging because you have a lot of people, you might even have some people that are watching tonight that have passion. It might not be in the fashion industry, but are really good
Mhm.
at something and they have a passion towards it and don't really realize that this is their asset. This is their rite of passage into business ownership. This is the
Absolutely, you're
gift that they
correct.
can use to make money off of. And just like anybody else that starts a business that is doing something that they love and that they're passionate about. So I
Yeah,
think that is awesome that you had the courage to step out and do it.
absolutely. Stepping out on faith. That's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me see who's next. Who else wants to go ahead and join in on this conversation? Why did you choose the fashion industry? G Booker, you want to go next?
I mean, for me, choosing the fashion industry was easy. It was a easier. I was always in the art, so I got introduced to the art side of fashion later on in life, probably
Mhm.
around, I say 21, 23. I mean, I always liked fashion. I mean, I played basketball, so I had to wear suits. I had to wear khakis, Dockers, different type
Mhm.
as sneakers on the court. So
Mhm.
when I was finally introduced that somebody somewhere sat and drew this, like it didn't exist until somebody sat down with something and they actually designed it. So
Right.
once I started to work in the shoe industry and see how shoes were made, it was a natural progression to going into putting my artwork on clothing and designing jackets, coats, and sweatsuits and things, me personally, that I want to wear. I'm tall, I'm 6
Mhm.
so there's certain things in a mall I can go in and buy, and there's certain things they don't make in my size. So I had to get a
Right.
lot of things custom made. So once you start getting things custom made, you start to, and you're a person that can draw and do art. You're like, yo, can you start asking questions? Yo, can you do this? Can you do that? And then you progressively move into manufacturing.
Right.
So that's
Exactly.
why. So that's
Whoa.
why fashion was big for me. And
Man, that's all right. I love that, Victor. And now that you're talking about design and taking a design and actually making your art and making it into something, like, you're right. Everything that we see came from a thought or
yeah,
an
your
idea.
thoughts become things. I mean, thoughts become
Right.
things, but you also have to implement action.
Exactly. I love it. And that kind of drives us right to Datron. So I guess this order was like perfect because he is a fashion designer. So Datron, can you tell us why you decided to venture into the industry of fashion design?
Well, I always like to think that the fashion industry found me. I didn't go looking for it. It started
Wow.
with one dress. It started with one dress design, and the reason why I say it found me is because I was just sitting in a barbershop one day, and I was just sketching in my sketchbook, and I wasn't sketching a dress. I wasn't sketching anything that had anything to do with fashion. I was just sketching to pass the time away, waiting on my haircut. And all of a sudden, the lady that was sitting next to me asked me, did I know how to design dresses? And I was like, no, but I can try.
Wow.
And so I designed the dress right there on the spot for her and sketched it out. And she was telling me what she wanted as I was sketching it. And with every stroke of that pencil, the more I was sketching it and the more excitement I was feeling from her as she was looking at me sketching it, I just said in my mind, you know what? I got something here. I got something great here. And I'm actually loving it. I've always had a love affair with fashion growing up. And so I'm no stranger to, idolizing somebody like a Patrick Kelly, who is from my hometown of Vicksburg, Mississippi. So being acquainted with fashion was nothing new for me. But I just didn't know what I wanted to do at that particular point in my life with my art. And there it was in fashion. So subsequently after that, I took on a job at Ralph Lauren and worked there at Ralph Lauren for many years. And I was able to see a lot of how the process works with fashion, from the designing to the selection of the models, from the selection of the fabrics, understanding textiles, understanding what this was and that was, and how it all comes together. Not only understanding that, but understanding the most important component of fashion, and that's the human element. Understanding the wants, the desires, the needs of people when it comes to clothing. What are they buying clothing for? Why are they buying this? It's psychology that I embraced, and I loved it more and more. But then I got to the point where I wanted to venture out on my own. I wanted to start a business that I felt would be best represented in this industry, and that I felt would give my point of view in fashion a stronger voice. So it started with the dress, but it really started with my first suit. And when I did my first custom suit, that's when I really decided to step out on faith, as my brother Travis just mentioned. Stepped out on my faith, and I really prayed and asked the Lord, hey, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I sure need you to help me to be brave enough to go out there and do it. And the support that I got from my wife and from my family and from people I go to church with, the prayers and all that, it just all came together, and it just started making sense to me. And so I started with one client that I took from Ralph Lauren, by the way. He was my client. I worked hard for that. So he followed me. He followed me in my business, and he actually did the first Datron Demers collection suit. And at that time, we weren't even called the Datron Demers collection. We were just called Datron Demers collection. So there was no D in front of it. And fast forward to now, we're coming up on our 13th year in this business, having our own brand. So in March, it'll be 13 years. And I got to tell you, I have never made a better decision than actually being captured by fashion. It definitely has opened doors, not just in a professional sense. It has opened doors in a spiritual sense. It's opened doors in a personal sense with my personal life. So it is taking me in different directions that otherwise I don't think I wouldn't have gone.
Wow, that is so amazing that you say that. And it sounds like, okay, so let me ask you, and I have a couple questions in the comment section, which I'm happy about. Let me ask you and G Booker. So have you all, either one of you, been to a design school and learned how to draw, or is this just something like a natural ability that you have to be able to do that?
I'm gonna let him answer first.
Okay.
No design school for me. None whatsoever.
Wow.
Just like Datron, I worked for Nine West in a corporate office, so I seen the process of how shoes were made, and I always knew. So I would sit with the designers and get tips from them on my actual sketching and what I was doing wrong or what I could do better.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally made the decision to step out and really start my brand, I went to Barnes & Nobles, bought a sketchbook and a how to draw book just to reteach myself the fundamentals of drawing and sketching.
Yeah.
I got busy on everything you see on that wall.
Okay. Whew, that was good. I need to take a sip of tea on that, guys. Listen, wait, hold on.
It's working for yourself, being your own boss.
That was good right there. That was good. Okay, Datron, let me hear what you have to say on this one.
Well, I'm the same way. Just as G Booker just put it, I'm the same way. No fashion school. I didn't go to fashion school. I didn't attend fashion school at all. I do have a confession though. My father and my mother are both artists. So they both have dabbled in the world of art, especially my dad. My dad did a lot of creative art and graphic design, but never fashion design. So maybe it's in the genes for me. But I never had any no formal training at all. I just love to draw and I love to create. I'm a creative person. So I love to create, I love to build things. And I think that passion just accelerated into fashion. So having the opportunity to work for a company like Ralph Lauren, like the Polo Ralph Lauren brand itself, I was exposed to creativity and got to see a lot of different ways to create that I didn't necessarily have to sketch everything as long as I had the idea. And the best things that come to life usually start with a great idea. And I knew I could sketch. I knew I could draw. I knew I could do all those things, but I didn't want to focus on my talent as a sketch artist. I didn't want to focus on my talent as someone who can draw. I wanted to focus my talent on someone who can actually create a lifestyle, who can actually create a brand that would say, you know what, this person is about this. This person is about that. This is what they do. This is, this is skiing. This is skiing in Aspen. This is hanging out on the farm. This is this is that. So, when you're exposed to a particular brand that you've worked for, you pick up a lot of things. You pick up a lot of cues. And I picked up a ton of cues working for a brand like Ralph Lauren over the years. And it definitely helped me in my creative process to even take it a step further than a Ralph Lauren by saying, I'm not afraid to push this envelope just a little bit further and do this. Because it's not just about, it's not just about white people who want that type of lifestyle. It's also about black people who want that type of lifestyle. It's also about Asian people who want that lifestyle. There's so many other different people who want a luxurious lifestyle, and their clothing reflects that luxurious lifestyle. So I can give them that. I can do that.
Yeah. Wow, that is so wonderful. Like I'm listening to what you're saying, to what you and both G Booker are saying in terms of really just having a natural, like a God-given talent. And what you did was you kind of made sure that you honed in those skills and took whatever critiquing that you needed to get to where you are right now. So we have a lot of people who have the natural ability to draw, to do whatever, and you just, most of the time it goes by the wayside. I know for me personally, in my family, I see you, G. For me personally, in my family, I have so many relatives that have like, when I'm talking like skill to draw, like skill. And I don't think that they ever thought to, okay, I could possibly transition this skill set into fashion. You know what I mean? And they have, great fashion. So just the idea of it is awesome. Okay, so
So what I wanted to add to everything that we were just saying, because I don't want to mislead the people. Yes, I have natural talent to do that, but I also educate myself in the areas I don't know as far as the business and do certain things. You can be, you can have the natural talent, but if you're not, most people think that, just because you don't go to school, you can't attain a certain level of education. You can school yourself. But education doesn't stop just because you don't walk into a school building. So other component to go with everything we both just said.
And I think that's key too, that you said that in terms of educating ourselves, because we are in a generation of like everything. The answer for a lot of things is literally at the tip of our fingers. Google, Google, and YouTube University. Okay. YouTube University. Okay, so I have a question here from someone says, how would you help a client who wanted a style that did not suit them? Okay, so I think this would be a great question. Let me keep it up there for Travis to answer, and then I'll go to you guys as well and allow you to kind of jump in on that.
Okay. I have a favorite quote that I always say: everything is not for everybody. So if I have a client that saw something that someone else was wearing, it could have been a celebrity, or it could have been someone that they saw on the street, or even maybe their friend. I try to educate my clients that everything is not for everybody. So that may look great on that individual, and I'll compliment them in their own way to make them feel good. I never believe in degrading my clients to tell them that, no, you can't wear this or you can't wear that. But I'll give them alternatives to let them know, based on your height, maybe based on your weight, your complexion, and your features, there are other outfits and there are other pieces and colors that we can put together and collaborate that makes you look unique. And that was the reason why I came up with the name Unique. With the YOU and not the UNI. Is because I want to create a new you. So when I have a client that comes into me, a lot of them don't have that self-confidence within themselves, don't realize, like, if you think outside the box, and don't even have a box, but just give me the opportunity to create a new image for you that's going to complement your style, your lifestyle, the type of way you dress, or the type of way you walk, where you live, and who you work for. I can design things to work around you that will fit you, that only you would be able to wear, that would only complement you, because I believe in making my clients look completely different from everyone else. I don't want my clients to dress the same way that everyone else is dressing. I want them to have their own style, to be different, to be unique, and be able to get the same type of compliments, or even maybe more compliments, because they don't look like everybody else. So there's a style for everybody, but again, everything is not for everybody. So I work with my clients. When I sit down with them, I have a consultation. I get to know who they are personally, where they live, what type of work do they do, what do they like, what they don't like, and I put all that together to create a profile designed specifically for them. And that way I'm able to work with different pieces and clothing and outfits to put together to make them look unique.
I like that. Ooh.
Thank you.
And you know what? I think that it's so cool that you represent that particular genre of the fashion industry, because oftentimes when you see that you see somebody has a personal stylist, or whatever the case may be, a lot of times people think, oh my gosh, that's like tens of thousands of dollars, so I can't do that. So in terms of that mindset, what do you say to that? I mean, is it expensive to have a personal stylist, or how does that work? And what's the difference between a personal stylist and an image consultant?
Okay. So for me, I work with my clients no matter who they are, whether they're, white collar, blue collar, whether they're working in housekeeping or whether they're a CEO of a company. I believe
Okay.
in working on that individual as my only client, and I will work with them based on their budget. You let me know
Okay.
what you're looking for, and we'll try to work things out to complement the style that you want. But I also am able to work within your budget to help you find things that look just as nice that you may not realize. You don't have to spend tens of thousands of dollars at a boutique or a box store like Neiman and Marcus or
Right.
Saks. I mean, I can work with the consignment store and take you to some great boutique consignment stores where you're still able to find designer clothes, but for much
like
lesser and cheaper. So it's not necessarily about how much you spend, but it's about the quantity of I should say the quality of what you have. Because there are a lot of things that I look at, like for designers from Gucci or Louis Vuitton, and I look at some of this stuff and I'm like, I can't believe that people are paying this type of money
Yes.
for something that honestly is just not appealing. So it's not necessarily about how much you spend, but it's like, how do you put that together and make it look like $1 million and no
Come
one
on.
even know?
Come
Yes.
on, come through.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. And then listen, and this is one of the reasons why I really wanted to make sure that I touched on the fashion industry on this platform, is because we as Black people, we love looking good. We want to smell good. We want to have our whole presentation together. And we'll spend all of this money going to, like you said, the Louis Vuittons, the Gucci, and all of these. And I'll be looking at, like, just doing research. I'm looking at some of the stuff that they've done, and I'm like, why? Because you want to have a label? Is that what it's about? And it's like, and then I'm looking at like Black business owners like y'all in the fashion industry. I look at y'all designs and the stuff that you created, and I'm like, this is real art. This is where it is. Like, how do we not? We sleeping on it, y'all, but we ain't gonna be sleeping no more after the night.
Yes, exactly.
We ain't gonna be sleeping no more after the night. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now let me get back to Datron and G. What do y'all have to say about this? What would y'all do? How would you help a client who wanted a style that did not suit them? Do y'all want to jump in on this question before we move on? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to just convince them and sit and work with them. And if they bought you something and said, I want to look like this, what they're really saying, I want that wow when I walk into a room.
Yeah, the wow factor. Okay.
Wow. So you got to show them that's that person's wow. Like, yours is over here. And give them that same, like, that's for them. This is you right here. You're going to get that same, better when you walk into a room. And then once you can convince them of that and they can see that on the same page, because it's also your brand's name and reputation on the line.
Right.
So
that's
that's your business card walking in a room. You want the best representation for your brand and for your customer.
Yeah, I love it. I definitely see where you're coming from with that. I definitely see that. Because I never forget this. This was when, women going and sitting in the beauty salons, getting that creamy crack on their hair was the thing, okay? And so you had the Ebony magazine, the Essence, the Jets with all the hairstyles and all of that stuff. And I had the magazine and the picture, and I went into the beauty salon. I'm like, this is the hairstyle I want. And the cosmetologist was like, this probably really wouldn't accentuate your features. But I was dead set on getting this haircut, okay? I was like, I don't care. This is the haircut I want. And then when she did the haircut, I was like, no, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. This didn't look right on me. It doesn't accentuate anything. I'm like, this is not working. And then she was like, I was trying to tell you, like, your face is shaped different from this person. The eyes and the way your face, it's all about features and you choosing, or me or you and I choosing a hairstyle that's going to accentuate your features and not vice versa. You choosing a hairstyle because it's cute on somebody else. So I really learned that. But the good thing about her is because she was a good cosmetologist, she was able to hook me up. She sold a couple tracks in, and I was good from there. But it was like, oh man, what did I do?
she probably already, when she cut what you wanted, already had in her mind how to fix it. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna like it, but once you say you don't like it, now I'm gonna show you what we should have did out the gate anyway.
Yes. And the hairstyle that she did was so nice. And
Right.
had
So
not had her cut my hair the way that I did, it would have been my hair and not weaving.
right.
But
Right.
yeah, it was
She
nice.
knew where to put it, and then you grew into that style.
Exactly. And I got so many compliments on it. So many compliments. Yeah. Okay. So Daytrin, would you like to go ahead and address this question? Because I know you probably get this a lot.
Oh, I get it every day. And I don't just get it every day. I get it probably 1,000,000 times a day. So it's,
wow.
For me, it's like this. Being in this type of industry where we focus mostly on custom tailored pieces, custom suits and things of that nature, we're always dealing with people on an individual basis. So we are looking at each person individually. And that's even with our ready to wear stuff. We're still looking at you individually, which means that we are paying close attention to the needs and the wants of you, not the needs and the wants of the rest of the world outside of you. We want to pay attention to the needs and the wants of you. So when that person comes to me and they go, well, I want a suit, but I want my suit cut like this. And they turn around and they show me something in Esquire or GQ magazine and they go, I want it to look like this. And the model in that picture may be a slim, trim, fit,
lean,
lean European fella. And he's got this real slim cut suit on and it looks fantastic on him. However, I'm never in the business of telling anybody no.
Right.
That's the number one rule for me. I don't tell a person no. I do tell a person, let's revisit something here. Let's look at this, for example. Let me show you something. And a part of what I do is also educational. I have to actually train or teach my clients and my future clients what it is that will fit you and what it is that will not fit you, what it is that will look great on you and what it is that will make you look, like you don't want to look. Fashion has a way of transforming us either positively or negatively. You wear a suit that is too big, too dumpy, too baggy, that's not proportionately right on the body, then you come off looking like a clown, is what you come off looking like. And instead of being taken seriously in that suit, people are going to laugh at you. The interview you go on, they're going to laugh at you because you tried to go for something that was not for you, the individual. It has to be for you, the individual. And that's what I stress to anybody that comes my way is that, yes, I know you like the slim cut look. I love the slim cut look. But the reality is the slim cut look is for this type of person. Now, what we can do is we can manipulate this cut to give you a more flattering look. We can manipulate this cut to give you a more slimmer look. I can do this here. I can take this out there. I can expand on this, or I can decrease that. The wonderful thing about what I do, and I'm pretty sure that G Booker can attest to this, and even Travis can attest to this, given the fact that he styles a lot of clothes. The one thing I love to do in my business is manipulate fabric. I love to manipulate fabric. I love to manipulate the way it hangs. I love to manipulate the way it may look. I love to manipulate the way it may handle in certain situations, like when someone is sitting down, or if they're constantly walking in that fabric, or if they are going to be outdoors a lot, whatever the case may be. I love to manipulate the fashion and the fabric. So you don't have to stick with what you see in the magazine. You don't have to go for that look. And you don't have to go into a big box store and be told, no, that won't fit you. Okay, we already know that's not going to fit you. So what are we going to do to make that look actually look good on you, the individual?
Yeah. I love it. And that kind of gets over into one of the other questions that I wanted to ask too. But before I get to my question, there's a question in the comment section that I wanted to make sure I shared. This question says, what challenges do you face in the fashion industry?
I face a lot
Who
of
wants to go
challenges.
first?
I would,
You
if
really?
you may, I can go first. I face, and I'm pretty sure the other two on this panel can probably say the same thing. As Black men in this industry or any industry, we automatically wake up to challenges. We automatically wake up just based on who we are, what we look like. So in this industry, this is a very vanity-driven business. It's a very I have to look good no matter what kind of business that we're in. And the key challenge lately has been finance. Finance is the key challenge for a lot of people in the fashion, especially for people who are more of, I guess you would say, smaller business owners in fashion design. The challenge of getting a loan from the government, or getting a grant from the government, or getting a grant from your local government, or what have you. Those are all challenges that we face. We face those challenges of not being able to produce our products because of who we are. Maybe because we're men, because we're Black men,
Right.
Maybe because we come from a certain economic background that they think, well, this guy's just out to rip us off and take our money. So we face so many different challenges, not from the customers, but we face challenges mostly from the sector that's supposed to take care of small business in this country.
And not to mention that the dollars that they're lending are dollars that you help to pay into the system with your taxes. So that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so let me see. G, you ready to answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the challenges that I face is, designing while Black. Having to prove that my leather products are really luxury, and to compete with fashion houses against things that aren't even at the same quality that I'm producing. You know what I'm saying? My shoes don't look like nobody else's shoes because I design them myself. So I'm actually doing what the big fashion houses are doing, but I constantly get asked, why do I charge what I charge? But you're not asking these big fashion houses none of these questions. Y'all paying $1,200, $2,200 for fake leather bags. For fake leather bags. And then you got the nerve to ask me why my all leather bag, inside and out, is $450. So dealing with that coming from my own people, dealing with, the banks. Y'all sending me letters because, on paper, Gary Booker does not sound like who you're looking at, young African American male with braids from the hood. I don't sound like how I look on paper. My credit score is a certain credit score. So when you send me a letter saying that I'm approved for a business loan, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, when you see it's me, I'm not approved no more. And now I can't even, invest even more money into my business to compete with these big fashion houses. So I would say when you're getting into this business or any business, just have, your hustle and your mindset that you're going to do it all on your own. That's what it's going to be.
Wow. This is really good. I definitely want all of the designers.
Not to cut you off, sorry, but everything is paid with money out of my pocket. No loans, rich uncle, no family members, no moms, no pops. This is all me. I work 2 jobs to support this. So it's really, you got to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? You're going to have obstacles. You just got to find a way to get around them.
Exactly. And that's another reason. That's one of the things too. I guess I'll share this with everybody. I have multiple facets for which my BIMP is set up. Basically, this phase, which is the initial phase, the BIMP on the spot, and Tuesdays. These are this is our first phase. I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. But one of the things that we do, this is the first phase of what we're doing, is really providing a platform for Black business owners and entrepreneurs to come on and to share with the viewers what their product is, to give their story behind their brand, and to really showcase the product. That's why we do the product and service reviews, so that people can see, like, this is a good, this product that we're featuring on this show is a good product, and there's a reason why you should invest in it. It's not just a person who created something, but it's a person who's delivering a brand of excellence that puts value into their business, and they are a business of Black excellence, and they have a story, you know what I'm saying, behind their brand. You're not just investing in somebody and you're not going to get a return, because like you said, you're from the hood. So if you're making money, your business is growing. Now you can hire Black people from your community. When you give back, you're going to give back to your community. And this is what I want for people to see. We just did a segment on where we had a financial panel, and we were talking about the number of times that the dollar circulates within the Asian community. And that's one of the reasons why I mentioned about the Chinese websites, where they got all the clothes and all the shoes and everything so cheap. And then you go and you look at the about, okay, there's no about store because it's a Chinese company. So yeah, they might be undercutting some of our businesses because they can charge a cheaper price. But look, they already dominating the hair industry, the beauty supply industry. Now they're coming in, with the clothing and all of that other stuff. And so it's important. Yes. 1 moment. Okay.
Do you know why they dominate in the industry? Because they manufacture all of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
They're manufacturing them. So when you got her boutique and his boutique, they're both selling the same thing. They just changed the name in it. They're getting it from that manufacturer. So what the manufacturer is now doing is waiting for you to post your pictures of the outfit that they designed and they made, and you just bought in bulk. They're using your pictures to attract more clients, open up more boutiques, so they can sell more stuff. What we have to do is learn how to sew and manufacture our stuff ourselves.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. This is one of the reasons why we came up with Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace, because we have to begin to network and solve our own problems together. So after each of my panels, what I did was I went and created a group. And so in each group, they're working on ways to work together to resolve some of the issues that we have, because they're in the same industry. So, okay, now you have somebody that might say you're a designer, but you have so many professional Black seamstress, you know what I'm saying, that you can network with to begin to create some of these designs. And this is another thing that I wanted to mention too, is I'm starting to see like the African fashion industry heighten, because they're able to do something in Africa that we're not doing here. And that is, they have seamstress there to make their pieces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, is like, man, we can't get so much about the dollar and saving a dollar that we're killing ourselves by not supporting our own businesses.
Question?
Yes.
Okay. I have to say, one of the challenges that I face, and I'm pretty sure my brothers faced it as well, and Day and I had this conversation offline. Hopefully he'll be able to join us again. One of the challenges I have, and we're talking about Black businesses, we as Black business owners don't support one another. And even Black consumers, we don't support Black businesses. And we'll spend our money outside of our own community to buy products in other neighborhoods. And they in turn are, saving their money for their children and their grandchildren and leaving a legacy. The challenge that we face is that we will not support one another. We feel like we're in competition with each other when we actually should not be in a competition. We are a community that need to build together to be able to put the money back into our community, especially now with COVID-19 going on. There's so many, businesses in general, but a lot of Black businesses were already struggling before COVID-19 and now are not able to stay afloat because they don't have the funding, and they're not able to get approved for the loans for the small businesses or the small Black owned businesses because
Right.
there's so many stipulations on us. So we have to learn how, and what your company is doing and what your business is doing is supporting one another, not hate on each
Yeah.
other, but
Yeah.
realize that we all have different talents, we all have different skills and knowledge, but we can work together
Mhm.
and build each other up instead of tearing each other down.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. I
Thank
love it.
you.
I love it. I love it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to our website. Let me see if Datron, do you want to share something? Hold on, let me see. I don't know why this is. Hold on 1 second. Datron, are you on mute? You're on mute. Oh, he just left. Okay, so he'll be back.
Okay.
But one of the things while we're waiting on him to come back, one of the things that I did want to share is like with I don't know if you guys have ever been to our website. We haven't actually been advertising the website because we're really trying to set up for phase 2. But one of the things that we wanted to do was to be able to what we offer on our website. And I know, Travis, that you put in a request for the membership.
Yes.
So with the membership, there's the marketplace component where that we're going to actually open up and set up for our people. But a certain percentage of the membership fees that you guys pay would go towards giving out loans to Black businesses that need it. Either
Amen.
whether it's startup or whether it's for expansion, that is the goal. And I hadn't really talked about it very much because we don't need any adversity coming towards
Absolutely.
us, but we have to find ways to be able to fund ourselves and not wait on somebody else.
Yes.
So the
Absolutely.
idea is to generate enough businesses that will say, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to go ahead and set up a membership, whether it's monthly, whether you pay on an annual basis. And then a percentage of that will go towards setting up money or setting aside money to help Black business owners. And it's important.
Yes,
We gotta
definitely.
do it.
Mhm.
We have to do it. There's no answer, but this is our time. And so, like with you, G, you the more time that you spend working for somebody else, that's less time that you have to put towards expanding your brand.
Mhm.
Right.
Growing your brand. And that's what we need you to be focusing on. So, hey, if we have to give you a $25,000 loan or whatever the case may, not loan, but grant to help you with your business, then that's what we have to do. You get what I'm saying? But it's time out for this. We can't be sitting back waiting on them. We got to do it ourselves.
Absolutely. Correct.
And so that's where Black Heritage Enterprise, that's where Black Heritage Enterprise comes in. Like this is an enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's an enterprise. And it's for us. And so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about launching that because, like I said, I just see it so many times. It's like, and I hear about it so many times, and then we get blocked in so many different ways. And it's like, it's time out for that. It's time out for it. It's time for us to get it.
It really is.
Right now, technology is working to our advantage, and we're gonna use it.
Absolutely, take advantage of everything.
We're gonna take advantage of it.
Definitely.
Datron is
I
back.
love that concept. Yes, I had some technical difficulties there. All of a sudden, it was like, I was doing all right, and then it just kind of started getting a little trippy. But
we understand.
I'm sorry I missed some of the conversation.
2020 is leaning over to 21.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to come in and actually hear the part that you were talking about in terms of your corporation and how giving back into these small Black-owned businesses. And that's the part right there that makes all the difference, because I have been invited by different corporations, different African-American corporations who want to support our business, want to put it out there and get the word out of who we are. And they want us to pay that membership fee. But when you ask them, hey, well, is a percentage of this going back into small Black businesses right now? Is a percentage of this going into small women's businesses right now? Where are you putting a percentage of to help us get back where we need to get to? What's going to help us? And that's been the one thing that has been turning me off from even
saying, if not more than that. I mean, if I got to take less, so what? It's more than what I had before.
But also the other thing, LaShawn, The other thing,
Yeah,
LaShawn, also is
absolutely.
that when we invest in ourselves into other people, then we are blessed in return because of our
Yep,
sacrifices that we make. So if you can
exactly.
afford to give to someone else, and you're not looking for it in return and you're able to give, then go ahead and do that. It doesn't have to
And
be a
do it.
large amount. Just give what you
Right.
can give because you're doing your part. And so if each of
Right.
us are doing our part and just giving a little bit of what we can, it will eventually add up. You know what I mean, and be able to be divided and distributed into other businesses.
Right. Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
and, and
And
if I if I
that's
could
the
just say
whole.
this,
Go ahead, Daytrain. You can go
no, I
ahead.
was I was just gonna I just wanted to go back to a point that you made, LaShawn, and also what something I think there was something that Travis said in this point too, and that is we have to stop looking at each other as competition. We have to
Mm-hmm.
stop looking at each other as the rival. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really a worldly way of thinking about it. It's really a divisive way of getting us to not come together in things.
Exactly.
Um, I was watching the movie Boycott the other day with my son, who loves
Mm-hmm.
Black History Month. Loves Black History Month. His favorite icon is Dr. Martin Luther King, of course. So he loves Black
Mm-hmm.
History Month. He wanted to watch Boycott, so we sat down together. We watched it. And one of the things I said to him, son, it's beautiful when you see our people of our color, come together and not pull each other down. And that has been one of the biggest challenges also in this business, is the fact that you're not only just really fighting against a system that wants to keep you held back, you're also fighting against the people who look just like you,
Yeah.
who talk like you, who walk like you, who come from the same line of life that you come from. They look just like you, but they're bringing you down too. And you have to, and that's what's really holding this process up. That's what's really slowing this process down for our community. We don't have enough Black designers, in my opinion. We don't have enough Black designers sitting in major fashion offices. We don't have enough Black stylists. We don't have enough Black makeup artists. We don't have enough of that. We can never have enough. And to me, there should be a fashion school that is dedicated to helping inner city Black kids be able to hone that craft in, hone that passion in, if that's what they love to do. But they shouldn't have to pay a gazillion dollars to do it. They shouldn't have to be denied because they can't pay. And that's the part I hate the most, is that there are a lot of young Black designers out there, future designers out there. They can't take part in this because somebody told them they're not the right color or they don't have the right income to actually do it. And a corporation like yours can change the landscape.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. The thing is too, Daytrend, is that I have a nonprofit organization called Ignite Youth Incorporated. And one of the things that we did when we first started out was we had a fashion design class. We had an instructor who graduated from FIT, I want to say. And then we had a seamstress who was just professional by trade. And that was one of the things that we did. They made their own stuff. They learned how to sew. They had 2 fashion shows where they debuted their designs, and it was just phenomenal. They were all Black girls and they fell in love with it. And I agree with you. There's just not enough of that. And so, like I said, our thing is when we set up, we're going to have an advisory council. People are going to submit their business plans, their ideas or their concepts, what they need the money for, and then we're going to choose people based on the advisory council. So like it's a whole real serious plan. For real. And I'm excited about it.
I think just to continue on with that, I think we need a little bit more of that in the inner cities. More designers, people of color in fashion to go and show, you know what I'm saying? Not like you mentioned y'all did it and the girls did it. We need the boys in there. We all not going to play football, baseball, sell drugs and all this stuff. We start making it cool for, little Black boys in the hood to go sit at a sewing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's your talent. So it's so many kids that grew up in my neighborhood that would probably smoke me in fashion design.
Yes.
Chance to even, touch on that because that wasn't accepted coming from where
Yeah.
we.
Right, and we used
Yeah.
to have that G Booker. If you guys remember FUBU, for
Yeah.
us,
Oh,
by us.
yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
For us, by us. Yeah.
So we need to get back into that mindset and that mentality. Like, we
It was
need to.
platform, it was Carl Kanai.
Yes, we need
All
to.
of that.
We
All
need
of
to.
that.
Yeah.
We were the first creators of everything that this country has. So,
Yeah.
Correct.
and we were the first inventors of everything that we never get credit for. But we are
Yeah.
just as talented, if not more talented, than these other designers and fashion stylists and other brands. We have the talent, we have the ability to do it, and we got to do it for ourselves. We can't wait for someone to give us the opportunity or give us the chance. We got to knock these doors down ourselves, but we got to come together and do that. And we got to, work together as one. That's what we have to do. Just like what we've seen with Martin Luther King and the marches, they all had one common goal in mind, and they worked together from all over cities and different states. They came together and protested and got the job done. We have to do the same thing again.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree because your success is my success.
Absolutely, yes.
Succeed in something, and that means somebody that looked like us could push it further than what you did because they seen you do it.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
We all got that common
And I was
goal.
telling
We all
our-
got it.
Yeah, I was just telling someone, I can't remember, I think it was one show, I was telling them that one of my favorite movies now is Hidden Figures, and it's not for the reason that most people would think so, but one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite movies is because of the mindset that the Black people had in that movie. It's like, hey, you're not gonna promote me and not promote everybody else. I'm not going if I can't bring my people with me. And that should be our mentality. We can't be afraid to miss out, you know what I'm saying, on opportunities because, we're afraid that whoever's presenting the opportunity to us will not allow us to bring our people with us. And it might not be in terms of, physically like in the movie, but we have to position ourselves to where, like you were saying with Daydream, when you were talking about looking at other membership and them not being willing to offer anything back to the patrons. So like I said, if you guys haven't visited our website, please do, because we have a whole vision there. It starts out with the membership and helping out businesses with a percentage, but then we also want to be able to really infuse ourselves into our communities and begin to build up our Black families again. So there's a whole vision there for that. But yeah, this is just phase 1, but phase 2 is going to be that's going to really put us on a platform to really launch it and move forward. Okay, so we have another question. Let's see here. Jalen Rush says, what subjects or trends are you following in the fashion industry? Who would like to answer that question? Because I think you guys pretty much have your own. Okay.
I'll go. I'm not following any subject or trends in the fashion industry. We set the subject and the trends. We create it. So why would I follow something that we create when I'll just create? Like, that's what I'm working for other brands whenever. And I'm sure, whoever worked for a company or know, like when you in there, they make urban stuff. Whole urban line. What is like, you can't tell me what urban is. And then they every time. It's not. It's a little seasoning on they watered down stuff. It might be a little, or you might have a print that got like a little urban feel to it because it got a red, black in it. That don't make it urban. So I just create. You know what I'm saying? I sit with a piece of paper and then I let whatever come to me, and I create. Sometimes it's a miss, but I'm gonna keep swinging.
Yeah. Wow, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I think for me, I stay in my own lane. If we're talking about following, if we're talking about social media, I may follow certain designers and certain brands just to get an idea of what they're doing. But I'm looking to see what I can do and how I can contribute my part of it into the fashion industry as a fashion consultant, as an image consultant and stylist. So I take all that information together, and I continuously educate myself, whether I'm online or whether I'm reading a style book or learning different ways of how to create my craft. I take all that information in, but I transform that into the way that I want to create it for me. So that way I know that when I leave here, I'm leaving a legacy of what Travis Winters and Unique Image Fashion and Image has created for individuals that are interested in being able to create their own image. So that way no one can take credit for what I do.
That's right.
Yes.
Datron, you ready?
It is, for me, I hate the word trends. I hate the word trend. And the reason why I hate that word trend or trends, because it suggests that you are following somebody else. You're following somebody else. You are copying somebody else. You are really just taking from them, and you may add your own little thing to it, but you're just taking from them. For me, piggybacking on what G Book said is this: I want to create the vision. I want to create the original this. So, and that can span from doing a basic 3-piece suit all the way up to a full-length gown. I'm going to do something to one of those pieces that you never thought of before, or no one else has never thought of before. I'm going to find something to do to it. I'm going to take it from a different deviation. I'm going to put my own interpretation on it. The designer has to have their own interpretation. They have to have their own point of view. And that's what this is all about for me. As a designer, I have my own point of view. My point of view is not the same as Ralph Lauren's point of view. My point of view is not the same as Calvin Klein's point of view. My point of view is not the same as Sean Puffy Combs' point of view. I'm sorry. It's not going to ever be the same. So if I'm not presenting fashion in the colors on the runway that is in season to the rest of the world, it's only because I'm doing it out of my own vision. I'm doing it my own way. And I didn't get into this business to follow other people's trends. I got into this business to create my own vision and to give my designs a voice. That's why I got in this business to begin with. If I wanted to follow the trends, I would just go back and work for Ralph Lauren and be happy about it. Shut up and never say anything. I would go back and work for him if I wanted to do that. But that's not what I wanted to do, because there's more to this than just following a trend. To me, this is about, if you want to call yourself the trendsetter, that's fine, be the trendsetter. But if you're the trendsetter, you are actually the one who's creating a voice. I just throw out that whole word trend and be like, nah, I'm the one who sets the tone. I'm the voice maker here. You're going to either listen to what I got to say through these fashions, or you're not going to listen at all. And if you don't listen at all, it's fine with me, because like my brother said earlier, I am going to keep swinging, and there may be a lot of misses, but I'm going to keep swinging anyway.
I love it. And that's why on our website, I said we are trendsetters and innovators, honey. There's nothing about us that's following. We are the salt of the earth. We the ones that add the flavor, like you said, Datron, to everything. So like, I love it, because if you walk in that mindset, you never have to worry about keeping up with the trend. You are the trend. So what you dream or what you imagine or what you envision, when you bring that and you materialize that, bam, there go your trend right there. The trendsetter just said.
That's it right there. And it's like, I can think back at a time where we copycats. I can think back at a time where
we're not, no, Datron, we're not copycats. We are the original, and there is
we are the original.
Okay,
we are the original.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah. And if you're anything like me, you take your original copy and sometimes you burn it. But because you're looking to do a different one. Yeah, but it reminds me of a time. It reminds me of a time in menswear when the European cut suits had first came back into popularity. Some 40, 50 years later, after they were already in mod 60s, they were already doing it. But then you fast forward into the early 2000s, here we go. Everybody wants that slim look, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably the only one at that time who didn't rock that slim cut look. And that's for two reasons. One, I'm too doggone big to rock that slim look. My thighs were too big. My butt was too big. My chest is, I'm built like a football player because guess what? I used to play football. So I'm built like that. But I said, you know what? This is the perfect opportunity for me to just stay on my own course with this. And I rocked the pleated pant look. I rocked the wider lapels. I rock the 2.5-inch cuffs on my pants. I still rock a 2.5-inch cuff on my pants today. And people look at that and they go, oh my gosh, you know what? I never thought to do that with that type of cut. I was like, of course you haven't, because I'm doing it. But you can do it too. You can do this if you want to. You can do this. So I don't care what the next big suit cut is. I don't care what the next big thing for women's fashion is. I really don't read a lot of the fashion magazines. I really don't read like the WWDs of the world. I don't read a lot of that stuff because guess what? I do not care what they say. All I care about is bringing my voice to the forefront, bringing my point of view to my customers. They like that. So I give them that.
Right. And with fashion, everything is like a circle. What was out back in the 60s and the 70s comes back eventually now in 20s. So it recycles itself over and over again. So the thing that we have to be the influencers, create something new, create something different, because it's going to always come and go. Fashion is going to go out of style, there's going to come back in style. The ripped jeans, we've seen that. We did that already. But we're not paying $200 or $300 for it. We cut our own jeans, when we bought it from the Gap for $20. So, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. So we got to think, more differently than the way that we used to think, and be able to create our own, and be the influencers and be able to set the trend for the next generations that are coming after us.
Yeah. And I always say, we are often imitated, but never duplicated, honey. You can never duplicate us.
Yes, absolutely.
We are the originals. Okay.
Yes.
So I love it. I love it. Okay. So we have two questions. One, Nathaniel Yasharala said, G Booker, I love your work. When will you have anything for men? Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go. Oh, why it's not working? Are you muted on your side, G? Can you unmute yourself?
There we go.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right. So so I've recently just launched the athletic stuff for men and women. But as far as like for men, I'm working on that now. It's coming. I wanted to come in and make sure that I took care of the women and got that together, because predominantly when you're starting a new company, women will support, fat stuff faster than men. Men stick to certain things. So I put the women first so that I can now get these questions when I do the men stuff. And from sneakers to hard bottom shoes, to a cross in between sneaker and hard bottom shoes. So I'm gonna take care of this. I want to wear stuff.
I love it. And then he also asked Mr. Caldwell. He says, talk about the designs behind you. He said, can you talk about the designs behind you, Daedrin?
I can. I certainly can. I'll start with the men's piece over here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Kind of standing in my own light here, but this is actually the very first Daedrin Demers collection suit. And I kept it as a souvenir. Yeah, this is the very first one. Can you bring it closer? I can bring it closer, yes. I'll slide it a lot closer. So this suit is one that actually is a better view.
Oh yeah, I see the stripes in there. That's nice.
So this is a black pinstripe in a Super 150s wool that I did. It was the first one, the very first one that I had put together. Me and another tailor, we kind of worked on this in collaboration together. His tailoring skills, my design skills, and how I wanted it cut all worked together. So it was one that I the first one that I did. And to be honest with you, I don't know how many more suits I've done after this. It's somewhere in the thousands, but yeah, this is one, and of course the tie is this is a current tie from our current collection right now. 100% silk, and also this pocket silk is also from the current collection. Dress shirt is also a Days from the Mer collection, and then you can't see it from down here, so I'm going to bring it up to you. This is one of the latest pairs of wingtips that I just did for myself.
Those are nice.
Using it as a model. It's in the oxblood color, and we did this in a box calf leather with the brogue finish to it, of course. And a lot of my shoes that I do, men and women, they have, colorful bottoms to them. This one I didn't do a colorful bottom because it was for me. I was in a rush to do these and have these made for myself.
More in the camera?
Sure. So
okay, there it is.
There's
wow, look at the color. I love the color. That's nice.
This is an oxblood leather.
Okay.
And box calf. And so that's just what we do. So that's just the men's one. And then of course we have that women's dress over there. And I think LaShawn.
You hear me singing? Woo!
I heard you. I think you would appreciate this one, and I'm going to take her off the mannequin just for a bit, off the stand, because she's in a position where I can't really bring the whole stand over. So I'm going to just kind of take her off here and bring her closer.
Oh, that's a nice dress. Like that.
So this is a dress that we collaborated and designed with another company. It was my idea, of course, and then we took it and the company decided they wanted to do embellishments to the dress, the style of the dress, the way it's cut. So, with the rhinestone, strap on one side, and then asymmetrically doing a sleeve on this side. So if you were to actually touch this dress, this part is actually velvet. This is a velvet, and it has, of course, the little rhinestone chips embedded in the velvet, and of course the side being sequined.
Oh,
and of course comes with a brooch. Right? Just dropped the brooch. It comes with a brooch there, but it also comes with two brooches. It comes with a brooch here, so there are two brooches on this dress. One here, and then there's one that goes here, and of course it hits right above the knee on this one. But this is actually this particular garment did so well for us. We sold out of it twice.
What? I can see why. It's beautiful.
We sold out of it twice. And we may reintroduce it again, but in a different color. I'm thinking about reintroducing it for the summer in a different color. Yes. And I'm also thinking about reintroducing it in a jumpsuit form as well. We're toying with the ideas.
Put it in red.
Yeah, it's already there. So.
I was thinking the same thing. Red.
Listen, Jay and G need to get together and hook up some outfits.
Right.
Yeah.
I got some shoes that match that.
I know you do. I saw them.
Listen, this is what this platform is for. I'm telling you, the original networking relationship.
It's about cooperating. Yes.
So this one got crystals, crystal suede, sequins, satin, and all my shoes have leather soles.
Oh,
Datron, did you see the shoe? I don't think he saw it.
I actually saw this shoe. I saw this shoe. Isn't that shoe on your website?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shoe. And And when I saw the shoe, I was like, "Ooh, that would go great with that dress." Is what I said to myself. I was like, "That would go great with that dress."
Hey, listen, LaShawn, I have an idea. We need to do a fashion show, get the East Coast and the West Coast together, and get these guys together and myself and do a fashion show this year. And you
Oh
a
my
part,
God.
and LaShawn, have you a part of it as well. This is about
That would
working
be dope.
together. It's this
That
teamwork.
I
would be
would
dope.
love it.
It's teamwork.
I would love it.
Yes,
I
that's
would
what
love
we need
That
to
would be
do.
awesome. That would
See,
be
that's
awesome.
the beauty. That's the beauty of creating your own stuff. It's that created that dress, and we never knew each other existed.
Never knew it.
Right.
Never knew each other existed, but a customer can buy his dress and buy my shoe.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? She out there. And it's not like we sat down and said, yo, we're going to use these materials in this color, in this style. It's just complement each other so well.
And I can help you guys put it together. Just send me the
Right.
I
price.
was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Yes.
Because Travis could have a client that needs something to, and you talk about really custom making something for somebody, really having a client that, you know, hey, I want this and I have a vision for this, and you helping them put that style together, but then you call G, listen, I need this kind of shoe to go with this outfit.
Right. And LaShawn,
You know,
that's what I do all the time. My clients are asking me for this, that, and the other. And all I do is connect with the, designer. I'll connect with the designer here, the designer there, and put the pieces together and get a whole outfit. And you have no idea that I'm working behind the scenes with all different clients. And I want to support our Black businesses, especially Black men. Like, how many Black men do you see come together on a platform like this, talking about fashion and supporting each other? This is what we need to do.
Yeah.
And what's awesome is I can actually say this real quick. What's awesome is that with Travis actually connected with me.
Yes.
For one of his clients.
Yeah.
So that's how our thing got started, basically. Was him connecting with me and reaching out to me. He saw what I did, and he has this client who wants that service. So he just really he's just like he says, he's working behind the scenes and making it all come together kind of deal. And here I am doing what I do on my end. He did what he did on his end. G Booker can do what he does on his end. And it just all flows together. And this is what I was saying earlier about we have to stop looking at each other like competition. And we have to start looking at each other like possibility. That's a possibility that I'm looking at in that upper right corner right there. I'm looking at him and I'm going on his website last night looking at his stuff. And that's just who I am. I like to look at other people's stuff so I can see where's the creative process going for this person? Or, maybe there's something over there that I can connect with my business and we can kind of flow together kind of deal. Talking to Travis and really thinking about, okay, now I know somebody who's an image consultant. I know somebody in that arena now. I got somebody close in that arena who not only can throw business my way, but I can throw it back his way just as easily. So this is a channel we're building right here. It's a channel.
Yeah, and you guys have so much of an advantage because I have a business consulting service. I have another business, and we do consultation for businesses. And one of the hardest things for them to do is to determine what their niche is. What is their niche market? You guys already have your own style. You have your own design ideas. Nobody's designs are duplicated to what you've envisioned and what you've manifested, right? And so you already have your market, and that is the benefit of being able to be in an industry and understanding like what I design, everybody might not like everything that I design, and that's okay. Yeah. Everything what you design, somebody else might like, and understanding that is the exchange. It's an even exchange. People, are fickle. We have I like you today, don't like you tomorrow. I like this person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. We're created to have choices, and so when people understand that as a business owner, it makes your job a whole lot easier. You just do what you do. And people are going to either be attracted to what you do or they're not going to. Maybe today they're not interested, but tomorrow they will be. You know what I'm saying?
You just need one. You just need one item to go. That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
You take it one at a time. You take it
And-
one at a time.
And Day and I were talking about this last night. You don't, having hundreds and thousands of customers would be great. But what we're looking for and what I'm looking for dedicated clients. If that's 5 or 10 of them that I can get repeat business from and then get referrals from them because they like our work, that's
They
really
trust
all you
you.
need.
They like
That's all you really need.
yeah.
I have a wealth of customers. Customers are one thing, clients are another. I have
another.
Yes. Customers are going to shop the Daytree Demers Collection brand. Our website is under construction right now, and people are still shopping this brand through Instagram and through Facebook. They're shopping it through the other channels that we have. So they're like, okay, his website is still under construction right now, but I know where to go because he's got these ads out. So the customers are going to come.
Yeah.
But the clients, there's those clients that I have, I can count on one hand.
Long term,
That they have been with me almost since the beginning of this thing. And they buy consistently. They buy every year. They're buying. They may spend, they may spend this amount one year. They may spend this amount the next year. I really don't care what the amount is they're spending. What I care about is the fact that they keep coming back to me. And that's where that trust factor comes into play. This is a trust business as far and I think that the other two gentlemen on this panel will totally agree with me on this. This is a trust business. You got to be able to trust me in this, and I got to be able to deliver on that trust every time. Travis wouldn't have came to me if he
Customer service is big in our industry. Customer service. People they'll buy your products. If you got a good product, they'll buy it. But they come back for the customer service. It's how I made you feel spending your money. When you bought product from me, you didn't leave feeling like, damn, this wasn't worth that, or he got me. Nah, you go home feeling like, man, I don't think he charged me enough. I need to go to more. I like the way they said X, Y, and Z.
And it's not just about customer service. It's also about excellency. We can't be subpar. We got to be 100% with our businesses because we're representing us when we represent our businesses. So we gotta come correct. We gotta be ready, is what I always say. Some people are not ready, but we have to be professional at all times, meaning we have to know how to run our business if we want to keep our business alive. So that means customer service and excellence and being professional at all times.
And we not just representing us. We not just representing us, the individual. I'm representing Travis. I'm representing Chief. I'm representing you. I'm representing every Black person who is in this business or in any other business who is trying to actually get more business in life, who's trying to grow their business. So when you shop from this Black man, you should be able to shop with the confidence, with the assertiveness of saying, you know what, I trust this guy. This guy is not just out to take my money and run. He is not delivering me an inferior product. I trust him. So you know what? That's going to make it easy for the Travis Winters of the world. That's going to make it easy for the Chief Bookers of the world. That's going to make it easy for LaShawn. That's going to make it easy for everybody in a particular business to be able to do business with not only people of our color, but to do business with people of any color.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree, bro.
Exactly. I agree with you. And I'm just like, I'm so into we are doing this fashion show this year, guys. I want y'all to be ready for it.
I'm ready.
Let me know in advance.
I will. Like, listen, when we finish with this, I'm gonna create a Facebook or Instagram. Which one of y'all own the most?
Both
Facebook
of them.
or Instagram?
Either one.
Okay, so I'm gonna create a Facebook group for us so that we can begin to kind of put stuff in down. And I have an idea of a place that we can use for it, and I will let y'all know that in the chat. But I already have been thinking about this, and one of the other things that I thought about for you guys too, and listening to you, is creating some content. So that you guys can actually start teaching some of the things that you know to other people. Absolutely. Like through Zoom. Like you can't do it in person, but there are certain things that you can do remotely. You know, getting together and teaching a class in regards to the fashion industry. There are so many young people trying to get into this industry right now.
Yes. Yeah, and I
There
have
are so
had,
many. I have a daughter. My daughter is she's venturing into the fashion industry. She has her own line.
very cool.
Very like she's not a really talkative person, but when you ask her questions about fashion, she comes all out her shell.
That's her thing. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
the
LaShawn,
thing.
I was going to say, I've had a couple of mentees that I have mentored over the years that are interested in getting into fashion. They made it, whether it's either, you know, image consulting or styling. And I'm always
Right.
looking forward to like mentoring young people, male or
Oh.
female, but especially young Black males, because we have to give them a vision and we have to write it down and make it plain. But we
Yes.
have to be the examples to let them know that they can do it if they put their mind to it. Unfortunately, a lot of the, you know, I wouldn't say a lot, but some of the older Black men are not willing to take the time out to be able to teach other young men. You know, and I think that's a problem we have as Black men sometimes. We know it, but we don't want to give it to no one else. We don't want to teach it to nobody else because we feel like they're going to steal our idea or they're going to take our suggestion. We can't have that mindset. You know, we have to be able to be willing to be able to sacrifice what we've learned because we've learned it from someone else and be able to pass it down to the next generation. Because you know what? We're not always going to be here all of our lives. So we have to leave something for somebody else to be able to carry on that legacy and that dream as well.
Yes, yes. It's time to close the Black wealth gap. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And what you're saying exactly leads to that. Let's close this Black wealth gap. Let's not let your dream die with you, but allow somebody else to pick up that torch and carry it, and so that they can hand it off to somebody else.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yes. Let me see. I think there was one other question on here. Oh, Nathaniel Yesharala said, please do it. My daughter would be all over that. So the fashion show, that's what he's saying to do that.
Yes,
That is so awesome. Now, the last question I have because I do want to let G Booker show us some of his pieces because he got some bad stuff back there, y'all. I mean, I was on your website. I was like, dang, you done updated since
I'm constantly.
Gotta keep it fresh.
Like, I'm getting those.
Gotta keep it fresh.
Yes.
Okay, so let me. According to you, what are the skills that are necessary for becoming a successful fashion designer? According to y'all, and or a consultant stylist.
What are some of the tools needed?
Yes. What are some of the skills that are necessary?
You gotta have self-motivation, a drive, and a willingness to get up every morning, every day, every night, and push forward, even when you're told no. So for me, it's you gotta check with yourself and say, how bad do I want this? Is this something that I really want? Because the universe will test you to see if this is something you really want. When my first shoe, I was told by 8 factories that it couldn't be made. I didn't give up because, you know, as you hearing no, you know, anybody would start to feel discouraged and be like, man, maybe I ain't make the right decision. And with a different sketch, something in me said, nah, this is the one. If they can make this shoe, then everything that you think about can be made. And I pushed through, and then I heard yes from 2 different factories. I sent them the specs. I didn't tell them that another factory was making it. I wanted to see who was going to make. You know what I'm saying? If I tell you have competition, you're going to put your best foot forward. If you think you're the only one doing it, I'm going to see what you really could do.
Right. Wow.
You know, educate yourself and push forward if that's something that you really want. Don't be afraid to fail. Because in failure, it's not about if you're gonna get knocked down. It's what you do when you get back on your feet. Just get up.
Yes.
Yeah. I think also one of the other skills, or a few other skills that I can think of that come to mind, is that you have to have the determination, you know, that you can do this and that you want to do it. And it's about how hungry are you, you know, and then you have to find your why. And if you want to be in this business. So, and you got to stay persistent. You can't give up on your dreams, whether people, you know, decide to come to you for business or not, if you believe in yourself that it was meant for you to start this business, then you don't stop. You keep grinding and you keep working hard and you keep hustling, until eventually a door opens up. And you only need one door to open up. And once you get in that one door, there's so many other opportunities and possibilities that are available to you that it's unlimited. So you have to have that drive that, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to let nobody or nothing stop me from excelling and achieving to my best ability.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it.
The key is to not quit. To not quit. You cannot quit. If you have a toolbox, and that toolbox consisting of a lot of your attributes and a lot of the things that you have inside of you to achieve what you want to achieve, whether it be in fashion or anything else in life, you better have the ability to not quit at the top of that toolbox.
Okay.
I think about my toolbox. I think about my physical, actual toolbox. And there are tools that are on the top shelf of the toolbox, which represents the tools that I need, that I cannot, that they are no fail tools. I can't do without them. The ones on the bottom of that toolbox, I don't need them at the moment, but they're there when I do need them. But that one that's at the top, I need that tool. To not quit has to be the same tool that you have at the top of the box. Every morning when you open that box up, you're pulling that tool out, because there will be something to challenge your faith. There will be something to challenge your ability. There will be something that's going to cast doubt. There will be people you love that will cast doubt. There will be people you don't know that's going to cast doubt. They're going to tell you you can't. They're going to tell you that this is ugly. That's not right. This is this. This is that. Everybody's a critique in life. Everybody has a critique in life. We all want to be doctors. We all want to be lawyers. We all want to be judges. We all want to tell somebody else what they cannot do.
Right.
But we don't want to tell people what they can do. Well, you as the person who is in your industry, no matter if it's fashion or whatever, you better start telling yourself what you can do.
Absolutely.
Tell yourself what you can do. Because when God created you, he created you with a positive mind. So why would you have anything other than that? You need to take that positive mind and hang with it. Don't give up. I've been in this for 13 years, and I got to tell you, if I had gave up after the first year, I don't think I would be happy in life right now.
Yes.
Wow.
But staying with it, the ups and downs, the pitfalls, the perils, all the no's and all the doors slammed in my face constantly, whether it be from clients to, banks,
Family and friends.
Family and friends slamming doors in my face, telling me, get out of here. I'm not giving you money for that. Are you crazy? Whatever the case may be. If I had listened to all those people, though, I would not be sitting on this platform right now talking to these people who also have a drive to not give up. You don't give up. You just don't.
Yes.
Keep it moving.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I agree with you guys so much. And you know what? Your story all basically lead to that fact that you don't give up, because none of you are like, none of you were in like major, fashion, partnerships with anybody. You guys had to pave your own way. You had to, if nobody opened the door, you created your own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you walk through.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do as a people. And that is what I would like for young people who are, like you said, whatever industry, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, whether it's real estate, whatever it is that we're deciding to do. If somebody won't open the door for you and let you in, you create your own door.
Yeah.
Right.
How about not having a door at all?
At all, right.
Right. How about just not having one?
No doors, no windows. Like this world is yours. You can do whatever you want to do.
Man, you can do whatever you want.
Never limit yourself or allow people to put standards and expectations on you. You decide who you are, and there's nothing that you cannot do. Like they were saying, you can do whatever you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you no. If you know that it was meant for you to do what you're doing, keep doing it. But never put yourself in a box. Never put a window or a door in front of you. You have open range to do whatever you please. If God
Yeah.
gives you the ability to do it, then it is your
done.
responsibility to
Right.
fulfill that purpose in your life.
And the
Get it
fact
done.
that
Yeah.
you don't need a store nowadays.
Yes, absolutely.
Everything is on
Virtual.
social media. All
Yes.
you need
Yeah.
is a link. I'm
Yes.
over
All you need
here.
is a link. You need a link.
Yes.
You need
A
a link.
computer
That's
and
all
a
you need is
phone.
now is a connection, a phone.
Yes.
That's all you
Exactly.
need. You know,
Yeah.
some of the best business people I know right now are doing it from a phone. They're not doing it from an office building. They're not doing it from a storefront. Some of the
Yes.
best people I know in business right now are doing it from a telephone, a
Yes.
cellular phone. That's what they're doing. So
Listen.
you can't sit here and say you don't have what you need.
Right.
This is a
And-
world right now where we have way more than what we need. So
Yeah, and
guess
that-
what?
Uh-huh. I was going to say this. Excuses are tools of the incompetent, like Dave was saying. So don't have no excuses. There is no excuse for you deciding to want to start your business today.
Right.
If you want to do it tomorrow, the first day is the first day to start your new business. Go ahead and get your plan, get your mission statement together. Do whatever you need to put all your tools
Whatever
in the
you need
box
to do.
together and create
Yeah.
whatever business it is that you want to start. This is the beginning of 21. So if you are interested in starting a business, whatever business it is, do it tomorrow. Don't wait. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and I hope
Awesome.
that this platform and us coming together tonight causes the chains and the shackles to fall from our mind, from our brain, from our mindset, because that's what has us in bondage right now is our thoughts. We
Yes.
battle with it, not realizing that, yeah, I might be going into the same industry as somebody else, but listen, you can't maintain 25 million customers. You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
everybody, like I said, not everybody's gonna like the same. I don't care. You could have 50,000 people in the same industry. It's okay.
Yes.
There is room for you. We are not suffering from limited resources.
Right, exactly. This is true.
Trust me, we're not. And I can say that honestly because I deal with multiple textile companies all over the world. I mean, we just got all these new books in from one of the best ones out there. And
Wow.
somebody asked me the other day, they was like, well, you know, aren't you afraid that you're buying one from one company and one from another company and another from another company that they're all going to find out and get mad at you? I was like,
Right.
no, I'm not afraid. Let me tell you why. Because those people firmly understand that there's somebody else in this, there's playing this game on the court too.
Right.
And guess what? They may not have what the other person has, and they're okay with that because they have what they have. And I may want what they have at the time. I may want what the other fabric company has at the time. So that's why I deal with multiple streams of textile people in this business because
You're supposed to.
it's
Yes.
You're supposed to because it's 365 days in a year. Everybody's not gonna buy your stuff for 365 days. Like today, I might want to wear you. Tomorrow, I might want to wear me. The next day, somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I might want to wear a hoodie each of these days, and I'm just getting them from different people. So these are gonna have different material. I don't source the material for my shoes from the same factory.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe out of a color that I want for a shoe, I'm gonna get another factory to make the color.
Right. Yeah. There's so many options out here that's available to everyone. So there's no reason that we have to limit ourselves, and there's no limit that we have to allow people to put standards and expectations on it. Listen, this is your business. This is you. Do you is what I say. Don't worry about nobody else because everybody is doing them. So you need to do you.
Exactly.
And like
you
I
never
said, stop
put your
looking
eggs
at
in one
competition.
basket anyway.
Right.
Never put your eggs in one basket. You need to always have multiple industries or manufacturers that you're working with. What if one of them decide, I don't want to do business with you today? You build those relationships. Your relationships is what's going to place the demand.
Absolutely. That's true.
You know, on the supply.
It is.
Right. And the other
It
thing, LaShawn, I was going to say is like I have gone to other different custom tailors and clothiers, researching and trying to see if I can find someone to make the tuxedo that I want for my client. And you know, I had several options, and I went and searched and did my research on other people, but I built a relationship with Day. You know what I mean? And because of that relationship, we're able to incorporate our businesses together and work together. So you have to do your homework. You got to do your research and find out who's the best person that can do and fulfill that job that you need. And it might be day to day, and it might be G Booker on tomorrow. It all depends on my client.
Yeah.
So I have to have options. You know, you can't limit yourself.
Can't limit yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Cannot. We all bringing something different to the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are. We're all bringing something.
It's called a stew. That's what it's called.
It's called a stew. Exactly. That's where I know. Get out of my head, man, because that's exactly what I was about to say. This is a stew. That's what it is. It's a stew.
And we just
you gonna bring the carrots?
That's what we're going to do.
You gonna bring the celery?
Yes.
I'm gonna bring the beef. You gonna bring the tomatoes? You gonna bring what? Everybody's got something to contribute to this pot.
Absolutely, yeah.
And in the end, we're gonna put together a taste that is so good that it's gonna inspire other people. It's gonna encourage other people to want to do something. So,
and then after that, then we're gonna have a seat at the table because there's room at the table for everybody.
Everybody.
All you gotta do is pull up a chair, and if they don't have a chair, you bring your own folding chair. You make room at the table for everybody. So we all can eat, you know what I mean?
We all can eat. Yes. We got some carpenters building the table. We got some cooks in the kitchen making the food. We got some other ones the plates there and the flatware that we're gonna use to eat our meal. We got some others designing the glasses we're gonna drink out. Look, it's a whole spread we talk about here.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
We got all of it.
Yes.
Man, this is good right here. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
We have been on here for 2 hours.
It's great.
2 hours.
And we can stay on here forever, LaShawn. I mean, there's so much we can talk about.
This is so
best 2 hours best 2 hours I spent all month. Trust me.
Oh my God.
Definitely, because we definitely didn't feel like 2 hours.
No, we got to do a continuation.
We just started to get into
Right. I'm gonna walk away from this with some stuff. You know, like right now, I really want to do a collaboration with G Booker on some stuff. So I already got something in mind that I want him to put together for me. I'm telling you, everybody nowadays is putting that X in between a name and another name. I'm putting X between my name and Travis, my X between my name and G Booker. My name is Sean. I got an X going on right now.
It's about connections and networking. You know what I mean? So this is part one. We got to continue this platform and keep it going because this can be a movement. You know, and it only take a few people. It don't take a whole lot of people to get something done. You got to have people that's willing and dedicated to work. And look, just get it done. That's all you got to do.
We got to just get it done. Get it done. And before we leave, I'm going to ask you guys for closing remarks. But before we do that, G, can you show us some of your stuff, baby? Because I'm itching. I'm like, look, Nature got me over here excited about this dress, and I'm imagining what it's like in red, and then I'm thinking about your shoes. I'm like, oh my gosh.
And LaShawn, you better come to me so I can hook you up, right?
Oh, you know
I gotta style you.
You know I'm coming.
This is the boot that Kim wore on the Girls Cruise reunion. So, this is actually the remix to this original version of Vandella. So,
that is so cute. Oh my gosh,
I love the short one. It is fire.
They're hot. They are hot.
So when I did the artwork on this, behind this was I had went and bought an iPad and an Apple Pencil. I was outsourcing some of my art files, and the guy that I was dealing with I paid for a service, and he didn't provide the service in what we agreed upon. So, I draw. Why am I outsourcing? You know what I'm saying? My paper sketches when I can just draw it digitally myself.
Wow.
That was the first file I created on my iPad with my Apple Pencil, and I remixed that way. In which actually started the idea of me moving into the apparel. As you can see, it's on my t-shirt.
I love it.
This is all done by me, and this is like type of stuff that I will put on a boot. So once I started putting my art on boots, I moved to put my artwork on purses.
Ooh, I love that.
So this
Awesome.
all the paint that's on here is all custom mixed by me, hand painted by me. This brown bag is this white bag.
Wow.
I turned it this color.
Awesome. Wow.
That is so nice.
That
Hey, G Booker.
Yeah.
Did you actually like dye that bag too? Did you do like a tan dye on that bag? Get that brown effect? Do exactly.
So what I ended up doing was I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how the artists paint sneakers and painting, airbrushing, and painting on leather. So once I figured out what the concept was, how to airbrush sneakers, I applied that same concept to those leather bags.
Excellent.
So what I did was I took off the factory finish, scuffed the bag, and then repainted it.
Okay.
And put
Awesome.
the factory finish back on it.
That's creative.
Man, that's creative.
Yeah, I mean, because I actually designed those bags too, but I didn't put anything on them, and I started to experiment with. I like reflectors. I've been dealing with reflectors a lot, so I ended up putting the reflectors on the bag.
Okay.
That's the one I want.
And the light, it goes off.
Okay.
Then
Oh wow.
9 West, right? As you can see on it, it has the fishnet coming down,
Oh, yes.
suede, and then leather. Or like I said, all my shoes have leather soles.
Oh.
So when I was working at 9 West, I was like getting into design, I would always like the mesh and different things on my designs. And then they would be like, yo, that could never be made. It's too detailed, it's gonna cost too much, this, that, and the third. You know, fast forward 8 years later, can't tell me what can't be made. This is my vision. I know what can be made. I wouldn't have had the vision if I didn't think it couldn't be made.
And listen, you can prove the doubt is wrong. Your vision is your vision. You never let nobody steal your vision from you.
Right. And then I
That's what
got
happened.
this is the boot Elise Neal wore in the upcoming movie that she's in. So it's a suede boot with patent leather going down the back, buckles, and gold studs. But what I can't seem to do is get a good picture of the crystals inside of the studs.
Okay.
So
Wow.
inside each of these studs is little crystals. So when a person is wearing them and you're looking at them walk up the street, you'll see like the purple and the green colors of the crystals go off down.
That's hot.
Like even if I try to do it, you can kind of see a little bit of the sparkle, but the gold studs kind of
Details. Oh my
the
gosh.
crystals from coming out of it. But and, you know, the Josephine, this was my first shoe.
That's nice.
Okay, I'm loving it.
I like that.
I see.
So it's to pay homage to my Native American roots and my mother Josephine, who was Native American. So when I sat down to really start my brand, I wanted something that was original to me and that wasn't really seen out there. That's actually the shoe that I heard no 8 times.
Wow.
And you know, I went to sleep, had a dream, got up out of my sleep, and that's when I sketched that shoe.
G-Book,
The idea of it, and then like as days later, the original idea was a boot, and it didn't sit right with me until I sketched it over and then made it a mule.
G-Book, I got a question for you, if I can ask a question.
All right.
Are any of your shoes and bags in department stores or exclusive boutiques?
Exclusively JosephineValerie.com.
Okay, but not in any particular department
Not
store.
any, no. I right now is, direct to consumer. Go to my website and you can buy direct from me. I usually ship. If you order before 3 o'clock New York time, I'll ship it out that day. After 3 o'clock, it'll go out the next day. Unless it's Sunday, then it'll go out Monday.
Okay, so have you talked to any department stores about selling your shoes in their stores?
It's come up in a couple of conversations, but at this point right now, I kind of would like to stick with, doing it.
I can see it though in department stores though.
Yeah. I mean, that eventually that's where it's go to as I continue to build the brand, because I want to go into home decor, plates, stemware, and all of that type of stuff. As I keep continue to build another, level of the brand, certain things like the shoes would then move into department stores, because my focus can't be 100% on the shoes. I'm, growing different things.
Of course, that's good.
It must be a designer thing. It must be a designer thing because, I think every designer that I know, including myself, I got to put myself in that conversation too. We all want to go beyond fashion. We don't want to stop there. We want the fashion to connect to homeware, because I've sat and thought about doing homeware. I thought about doing, bed sheets and things of that nature. I said, it's not time yet. It's not time. But one day it's going to come to that. One day it's going to come to plates in your kitchen made by the Nation Work Collection.
But listen, if they're doing it, Martha Stewart and Ralph Lauren and everybody else is doing it,
and that's exactly what I said. I said, if they're doing it, why can't I? And why can't I do it based on my own vision? Why can't I do it based on my own fashion and my perception of fashion? I can do it too. So I'm like, Lord, look, don't stop the train from moving. If you wanted to go in that direction, I'm all for it.
and see the beauty of it from coming from like a design aspect, like the shoes are originally designed. But then when you start to get into home decor, a sheet is a sheet. All I'm doing is detailing. So certain things is just detailing, not design.
Yeah.
That makes the job easier.
Yeah. True. Ralph Lauren and Martha Stewart, they never designed the sheets. They never designed the plates. They never designed anything. They didn't make the first handle. They just added their details to it. That's all.
Listen, no, really, all they really do is add their name and put their name on it.
Name on it, yeah.
That's all they really doing.
Basically, that's how it works. You're right. You're right. What we call the I forget what it's officially called, but I think one of the biggest people. Yeah, you can say we branding, but there's a technical term for it, and licensing. So, licensing, and that could be a downfall for a designer. You can ask a Halston if he was alive. You could ask him. You could ask Yves Saint Laurent if he was alive, because that licensing, what it does is it generalizes the product. Now the product is in every single store. It's being oversaturated. So the true vision of the designer is not necessarily there anymore, because when people buy it, people are looking at the fact that it does have the name on it. They're not looking at, oh my gosh, an original piece by G Book. They're not looking at it like that anymore. So coming, piggybacking on his point, in terms of being content with it being exclusively to our websites, there are certain pieces that are on the Dacia Merck collection you're not going to be able to find anywhere else. If it's not ready to wear. Now, if it's ready to wear, you might be able to find something like it, but that thing is not going to be found in a Macy's. It's not going to be found in Nordstrom. It's not going to be found in a Neiman Marcus even. It's going to be found only at that website. You'll only get it. Certain designs I do, whether it be certain suits, whether it be certain dresses or shoes or whatever, sometimes they're off designs. They're one-off designs. So it's only one of them, and that's it.
Right.
I only make one, and I won't make another one, kind of deal.
Right.
So
it's like my bags. Right.
It's like your bag.
It's like my bag. You can buy them plain. I'll sell it to you plain. But to put a music and put artwork on it, I'm not gonna create your bag for somebody else.
Right, of course. Yeah, and a lot of these famous designers,
it's no amount of money that they could pay me to create your bag. I'll create a one for you, but you can't have the bag that I made for her, because then that doesn't make your bag special anymore. Then I might as well let a factory mass produce it.
Right, and the thing is now, a lot of famous designers don't even own their own brand or even own their own name anymore.
That's
No,
true.
no,
I was
they
reading
don't.
something about
They
Sean
don't.
P. Diddy where he's suing
I just
his
think,
own
yeah,
company. And I'm like, that's
He's doing his
crazy. I
own
thought he
company.
owned it.
Right. His own company, the company he
Right.
founded.
yeah,
Yes.
Company he
Sean John.
founded.
That's
Okay.
his actual name, Sean John.
Sean, that's
Yes.
his full
It's Sean
name.
John
That's his
Combs.
first name.
So
Yeah,
how do you
he-
and that's another
Combs.
conversation that we have, that we have to stop selling out. You know what I mean? Who we are for money and for dollars, and you know what I mean? Because eventually get to the point we don't own anything anymore, and that's
Yeah.
the whole point, to have our own ownership. So we
Right.
got to
Yeah.
stop selling out ourselves and selling
I
out our
mean,
name. Once you
that
sell it, they up the prices 3 or 5 times more. You can't even buy
Yeah.
your brand back anymore.
That was another
Yeah.
reason. That was another reason why I chose my brand name as Josephine Valerie. That's my grandmother's name. I own the trademark.
Right.
Josephine Valerie, the name and the logo is a registered trademark
Right.
by Josephine Valerie LLC, and I
Come on.
That's what you have to
Yeah.
do.
and it's my business model, and I've already discussed this with my family. She had 16 kids, 15 of her 16 had families. When I move on, one of her descendants has to take on the brand. It's to never be sold.
Yeah, we just lost LaShawn. Where is
Yeah.
she?
You just lose LaShawn.
She the host.
Right? How we lose
Can't
the
lose the host.
We can't lose the quarterback.
We won't know what the next question is or what's the comment.
Look, she might want to end the session soon, and we don't know when to end it.
Listen, I was having some technical difficulties myself, so I'm like, I had to go from my tablet to my laptop to my iPhone. So I'm like, it's been crazy, but we making it work.
Right, me too. And then
I
my
need you
computer had died. I had to plug it back up, and then
Right,
I had to hurry up and get back in there.
right. Somebody need to
I'm
call
gonna-
LaShawn.
I'm gonna look you up on Instagram, Mr. Booker,
Yeah, give me your information, and then let's get.
and I'll send you my information, and we can talk some more about collaborating on some things.
I'm gonna do the
Yeah,
same.
definitely. Let's definitely do that.
We all need to do that.
Right. Can somebody text LaShawn?
Let me.
Because I'm on my phone. I can't text
I
her.
don't have her phone number.
Oh,
Do you
shit.
have her phone number? I don't have her phone number. I just have her email address. I don't know if that's
Me
gonna be
too.
good.
I try emailing her, because if I go out, I might lose you guys.
Okay, don't go out. Don't go out. I'm gonna email her.
Maybe she's coming
There
back.
you
I
go.
think she's coming back.
There we go.
I'm
LaShawn, what's
Oh, there she
up?
is. Right on.
How are you gonna just end the show like that? Just leave, drop the mic. You the host.
Listen, I had a technical issue that I had to deal with.
We
But
all do.
Yeah, so I
and everything.
So it's not just me.
no, it's definitely not just you. You know, this internet does what it
Right.
wants to. It wants
Exactly.
to.
Exactly.
Yeah. I really I love the conversations that you guys are having. And I feel like, you're definitely setting the tone for those who want to enter into whatever industry they want to go to. It's so funny because we had Dawn Haynes on last week. I know you guys probably are familiar with her. She styled Common, Luda, Halle Berry, Eddie Murphy. She did some road management and all of that, but now she's in the home renovation arena. So she went from fashion designer to now renovating homes, and she's in hot, she's going in hot. Like people are calling her from all over the country to do rehabs on not just residential homes, but on vacation, rentals and multiple properties. So the creativity that you can take and just leave your whole name on is just amazing. Like I was sitting here cheesing, so I was smiling so hard for you guys because I can see your brains just going and all the creative ideas and things that you have in mind that you want to do, the flat, the sheets, there is no limit.
Absolutely. No.
None.
Sky's the limit.
And Althea Weller says, fashion show, y'all, I'm in. He said.
All right. We're gonna do this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
We're gonna do it COVID style, but we're gonna do this.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We have to get it done because we got to go ahead and just set the tone.
Yes.
set the
Yeah.
tone. I really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to go ahead and do some closing remarks, and I'm going to close out with this question. I'll let each one of you guys answer this. In terms, and Datrin, you probably already have an idea because we had a conversation about it. In terms of ethics, entering into the fashion industries, what do you say to people that are coming into the fashion industry? A lot of times, people only know one way. They know mainstream, right? And they feel like they have to go mainstream to feel like they've made it.
Mhm.
But in going mainstream, sometimes you have to make compromises that you might not necessarily have to make if you go at it the way that you all are doing, where you created space for yourselves. You carved out that space. So what would you say to those who are entering into the fashion industry about ethics and in their belief system going into the fashion industry that might not necessarily gel with the industry itself?
Mm.
Your moral compass is you. And what I mean by that is that you do not want to compromise who you are. You do not want to compromise your belief system. You do not want to compromise, what you were taught and how you were taught. You don't want to sacrifice any of that to be a part of mainstream fashion or to get into mainstream fashion or to take on the mainstream road. The thing about that is that we see a lot of people who compromise their morals, compromise, their belief system, their faith. They do all that compromising, and what happens is they get where they want to go. You need to last in this business. You have to last. It's not enough to be a Johnny come lately. It's not enough to be here today and gone tomorrow. You want to build something. You want to build something that lasts. And that means sticking to your moral compass, sticking to your faith, sticking to what you believe in.
Good.
I would have to say to second what Dave said, I would advise everyone to stay true to yourself, true to your faith, true to your beliefs. Don't compromise, like you said, for any reason at all. Because at the end of the day, your reputation is all you have, whether that's going to be a good reputation or whether that's going to be a bad reputation. And no matter what industry you go in, no matter what business you go in, whether you're working in corporate America, whether you're working for, a department store or you're working in the fashion industry, business is business, no matter where you go. It's no different. So every room that you go in and every door that you go through, before you leave, you make sure that you leave a good impression. And at the end of the day, when you come home, you can say to yourself that you can sleep at night because you had the integrity, that you had the honesty, that you were being truthful, and you weren't being deceitful and conniving. You're able to have that peace of mind to know that I'm not going to lose who I am in any type of business, no matter where you work and who you work for. Even if you're going to your job tomorrow, you always have to stay who you are. And remember, what you believe in, who you believe in, and those values and those morals that you are raised by with either your parents or grandparents or whoever raised you. You keep that at heart and you keep that in your mind and you never lose focus of who you are and stay true to yourself, like I say, and you'll be successful. And if that doesn't work out for you, maybe that wasn't the business for you to go into. Maybe the fashion industry isn't for you. Once you get there and you realize that it's the nature of the beast and you don't like it. So God may have something else for you and maybe leading you into a different direction. You just have to be willing to be, to submit yourself and just allow to see what doors will open for you and what doors will close for you. But whatever happens, it's going to be for your good. And you're going to end up where you're supposed to be and do what you're supposed to do at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I mean, I agree with what both of my brothers said, man. You listen to your gut. You know when something doesn't feel right. You know when you're supposed to be doing something. So when you going into any industry, everything is not for everybody. But accept that if you gave it everything that you had and it ended up not being for you, then that wasn't you. Modeling me. I didn't get upset with, what I'm saying? Because I wasn't meant to be the model. I was meant the fashion designer. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't, just always strive for greatness, but do everything for the right reasons. Never compromise who you are for money, because if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, then what did you do it all for? Because that money go, your legacy is going to be here forever.
Wow. Wow. That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful. And so just to leave the people with resources and finding out where they can find you, can y'all let the people know where they can find you, where they can go to get your product or your service?
Yeah, you can find me at josephinevalerie.com, Instagram, josephinevalerie.ny, and in my bio is a link to my personal page from the Josephine Valerie page. If you just want to follow up on what I'm cooking for the night, a lot of the kick it with me on my personal page.
Cool. And you can find myself, Travis J. Winters, on Instagram under Unique Fashion and Image. On Facebook, my business page is Unique Fashion and Image Consulting. And I believe, LaShawn, you have my business comp card. So if you go back and watch the video, then you'll see my comp card with all my tags in order to reach me. Thank you.
Yeah.
And just like my brothers before me, you can find me on the social media platforms of Instagram. You can find the Datron Demers Collection on Instagram. You can find it on Facebook as well under the same name, the Datron Demers Collection. And of course, those two platforms are always the ones where we put the fresh, the new, the whatever is on the horizon. Anything you need to know about the Datron Demers Collection, you can find it there, and it will lead you straight to the DatronDemersCollection.com, where you can purchase all the goodies, where you can see all the goodies and decide for yourself how you want to look at the end of the day.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yes. All right. I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm so ready to get this fashion show on and popping. I'm ready.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk.
Listen, I'm ready. You know what? I'm excited. I'm excited, Datron, about that jumper you gonna design. Cause you listen,
look, I'm already designing right now. This sketchbook right here stays working. It stays working.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I absolutely cannot wait to have you guys working together and seeing Josephine Valerie and the Datron Demers Collection and the unique fashion and image consultant, all you guys coming together, doing y'all work, doing the makeup, get it all together. Oh,
we're gonna put something together. We're gonna put something together nice.
Yes, we're ready.
I mean, I seen his dresses.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I gotta come with a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Be able to stand next to that dress. So when she sticks,
look, let me tell you something. If y'all think that dress is hot, you just wait and see what we got coming out this summer.
All right. That's what's up.
Oh my gosh. And we definitely, like I said, we're gonna do this fashion show this year, but we're gonna also get together and also try to do a collection for next summer. We need to work on that too. Y'all coming together with y'all great ideas. It need to be something that we do on an annual basis. I would love to see that. And have the people just be like, what are they gonna do next?
I love it. Let's do this.
I love it.
Together.
I'm on it, for real.
Yes.
I'm on it.
This is awesome. And I'm so glad that you guys had a chance to network. I see that y'all have all done your homework and went and checked out the other one, see what they got going, and then we could definitely work together. So I love the collaboration. I love the networking. This is what it's all about. And this is how we're going to be able to find solutions with each other and be able to utilize the resources within our own community.
Mm-hmm.
By pouring our finances and our funding, our ideas, our bartering into each other, that is going to help to cultivate that money circulating within our communities. Absolutely. 10 times, 12 times before it leaves.
Yes, we can do it.
This is what it's all about, y'all. And like you said, Travis, it don't have to be a whole bunch of us. It's a small few that start the movement, and people will begin to jump on when they see the traction.
Yes,
If you build it, they will come.
absolutely.
That's right.
Let's cook the seed.
That's right.
Let's cook the
So
seed.
true,
Let's
G.
cook the
So
seed.
true.
We got to lead the way and set the example.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's cook the
Absolutely.
seed.
So
Let's cook.
again, I thank you guys. Do y'all have any closing words that y'all want to leave the people with tonight?
For me, just continue to educate yourself and push forward.
Yeah. LaShawn, I had to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me and affording me this opportunity. It was nothing but a blessing from the sky that you reached out to me and found me, and I didn't have any idea who you were, but I have been amazed and I am just overwhelmed just knowing about you and knowing about your business and your corporation and the positive things that you're doing, in not just in your community, but the positive reinforcements that you're making around the world, and the connections and the networkings that you're putting together. And I had an opportunity to meet two other great brothers here on this platform, and I'm looking for just so many other great opportunities that are going to come out of this. We're planting the seeds now for something that we're going to see grow in a few months and in a few years. So we have to continue to stay connected, continue to remain positive, and just uplift and encourage each other as much as we possibly can. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This warms my heart, because this is like the vision that I know the Most High God gave me. Like y'all said, you're born with something to give back to the world. And you have not just a passion, but it's in you. It's like it aches if you can't get it out, right?
Yes.
And that is what this is for me. Is to just be that platform to bring our people together. It's our time.
Yes.
Like we had to sit and wait for everybody else to be great from our greatness, because it wasn't something that was organic. It was something that they became great off of our greatness,
Yes,
off of our pain and the endurance, the things that our people had to go through in this country.
Yes.
You know, we are the fabric that built and established this country.
Yes,
so
we are.
everybody else stood up on our ancestors' shoulders. It's time for us to take our rightful place.
Yes, you're right.
You better say that. You better say that.
And this is our time right
Preach,
now.
sister.
Yes,
Preach,
indeed.
It's our
sister.
time.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Preach that.
Yes.
Preach that.
Amen.
So
Preach that.
happy that
Preach
you
that.
came on this platform. And this is something that we do. Like it takes my team all week to prepare for this. We have 2 shows. We have Big 5 with Brittany Lawrence, where black entrepreneurs and business owners come and they interview with her. And then we have this platform that we do, and it's all free. This is what we do because we know that this is our time. We know it.
And we believe in you too.
Right.
And your team.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt.
This thing, you talk about Black Wall Street, this Black Wall Street on steroids, okay?
We bringing it back. We bringing it back.
Right.
Shout out to Tulsa, baby. Shout out to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout out to
They showed
Tulsa.
us how to do it.
Shout out. Shout out. They showed us the way. They showed us the way.
Yes, they did. So thank you once again for taking the time out of y'all schedules to come and for accepting my invitation. You guys will never know how much this means to me and how much it'll mean to those who are viewing it and can take the wisdom that you guys have shared. And then for the consumer to know, okay, I can go and I can actually purchase from these individuals because I trust them. I've heard their brand. I've heard what they've talked about, and I can trust that by giving my money to them, I'm going to walk away pleased, satisfied, and feeling like I'm giving back to my people.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
We got you.
Definitely.
We got you.
We got you.
So thank you so much. I will be in touch. I'm going to create a group. So I guess it'll put y'all in there, and then we'll just start corresponding like that.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you
Have a good
so
evening,
much.
guys.
Good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wow, guys, that was absolutely amazing. I hope that you all got a lot out of tonight's show. It was I almost was in tears. I'm a real crybaby, y'all. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I'm a real crybaby. It don't take much for me. But because this is something that, like I said, I know the Most High God gave me this vision, and I know that it's our time. It is our time. Y'all need to receive that in your spirits, accept it, speak it to yourself, speak it to your mind, no matter what your circumstance dictates, no matter how you feeling. Just know that this is our time. So guys, please make sure that you go in and that you patronize these gentlemen. You know, I spoke of Black business owner Zion Rowland, who has the clothing brand, Nine Kingsmen clothing company. Y'all make sure that y'all go and patronize him. I'm trying to find his link. I think I'm scrolling too fast. Okay, here he is. Make sure that you guys go and patronize his page. Go patronize him, purchase something, even if it's only one thing. Go buy something, okay? Because I know for sure, I know his family, I know him. I know that the money that you're giving is going to go back into our community, okay? So make sure that you do that. Also, be sure to patronize the Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners that we had on the platform tonight. Travis J. Winters, Datron Caldwell, and G. Booker. Make sure that you guys go to their Instagram page, whichever one you prefer. They're on Instagram, Facebook. You know, they have websites. I think Datron said that his website is under construction, but all of his updated information are on his social media platforms. Make sure that you guys go there as well. Thank you for those who are watching and did not say anything, but you show your love by liking and sharing our BIMP Corporation page. Also, please feel free to go to our website. I did not create a banner for my website, but it's www.mybimp.com so that you guys can see what we're all about, guys. We about the business, okay? And we're going to do this thing. We're going to do it together, okay? We're going to do it together. So make sure that you go to mybimp.com and check us out. If you are a business owner, you know someone that you would love to see share their story of their business on this show, please make sure that you let them know about who we are and what we're doing. We are closing the wealth gap, period. As all of y'all like to say, period. No ifs, ands, buts about it, period. Okay. And so I also would like to say thank you to those who contributed to the conversation tonight in the chat. And for those who just watched and just, enjoyed the show, thank you too for watching. We really appreciate you guys. And also, let me say this. Don't forget to tune in on next Tuesday, February 23rd, which is the last week of Black History, but every month is our month, okay? So don't forget to come back on next week, where we are going to be, we'll have our next celebrity guest, Miss Claudinette Jean. Let me show you guys her banner. I don't know if it's still up here. Oh, it's not up here, guys. I apologize. I don't know if I took it down. I might have taken it down by mistake. But make sure that you guys are here for Ms. Claudinette Jean, who will be here on next Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Remember. Black business owner, entrepreneur, and celebrity fashion designer Marie Claudinette Jean of Fuchsia Designs will be here on our platform. She is the wife of Wyclef Jean. She will be here, talking to us about her journey into the fashion industry. She's going to give us some good insight, do's and do not. So if you are in the fashion industry, please make sure, or if you know someone who's in the fashion industry, please make sure that they are here next Tuesday evening at 6:30 p.m. What time? Yes, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distant Time, okay? February 23rd. In the meantime, in between time, thank you so much for tuning into our show. We will see you on next Tuesday. God bless you and have a blessed evening.